welcome to another Volume 1 Community Live!
It's your kitchen. That's amore.
How is everybody doing this wonderful Wednesday day? It's Spooktober, baby!
Yay! Finally.
It's been a while since we've done a Community Live, but it feels good to be back. Mehgan wanted me to run the intro screen a little longer this time around.
I thought it was cool.
Thank you.
Because you work so hard on things and then they show up for like 2 seconds and I'm like, you gotta milk it a little bit more. You spend hours and hours doing this work.
Yeah, I can't stop tinkering.
Yeah.
I'm a tinkerer. I don't know.
But as you guys can see, this is we did the set.
Mehgan did the set, and she freaking killed it again.
The set is set for Spooktober.
This is one of your favorite times of the
It's
year.
so fun. I love it. Everyone just gets a little bit more whimsy to them. I feel like people are a little more childish during Halloween time. Than like, people say like Christmas spirit. I feel like Halloween spirit is stronger.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of vibe, but I do think I like Halloween a little bit more.
Halloween's so fun.
It is fun, and especially you're a seasoned veteran cosplayer, so of course you would like Halloween, getting to see everybody else dressed up and stuff too.
Yeah.
And that's why I like it too. I didn't always used to be the guy who would dress up on Halloween, but now every year I do.
Because it's fun. And why not? Holidays are so silly. They're so funny to me. It's one thing that restores my faith in humanity, I think, every year. It's like everyone, like humans are just so silly. Like we pick days to like decorate our houses and put lights outside and like put severed limbs and like in jack-o'-lanterns and spend hundreds of dollars on like decorations. And it happens like every year, like clockwork. It's just so funny. It's just like everyone does it, and no one. Cool. It's just cute. It's cool. Sometimes humans are cute. Sometimes, most of the time, not really.
Yeah, humanity can be cute from time to time.
Yeah, human beings,
But it was so funny. I saw that clip that went. I don't know. It went viral, but I don't know if it was from a long time ago or if it was recent. This lady who was like super Christian saying that, like, I don't really like. We don't really celebrate Halloween in this household. We just let like our kids dress up and go trick-or-treating. And everybody was like, that's what Halloween is, you freaking crazy person. That's all it is. It's not like everybody's doing satanic rituals on Halloween.
I know. I don't know. I mean, it depends on who you hang out with,
That's true.
Depends on who you hang out with.
That's true. But speaking of Spooktober, and before we get into, I guess, the main event of this Community Live, which is going to be ranking some of our favorite horror movies, our favorite and least favorite horror movies from 2022 and 2023. We also want to talk about other movies that we just love, because I think in the spirit of getting in the Halloween spirit, movies are a great way to do that. So we're going to talk about some of the ones that we've seen, and we have a tier list that we've made. Once we reveal the tier list, we'll send you guys the link too, so that you guys, if you have seen these movies, can kind of rank them yourself and post them in our Discord if you like, which there's a link to below as always. But there's some housekeeping stuff that we also have to address, and some catching up that we have to do in terms of some other things in the space, the anime and manga space, that have been going on while we've been on our little hiatus. First of all,
it hasn't really, it's been a hiatus from doing these, but it has not been a hiatus for the workload. We've been going through it.
That's killing myself, dude.
That's how we've had to take breaks from these. I'm so sorry. But I wanted to make it a point to, like, for this month to be so fun, to get back to like the volume 1 roots, like to get back to like just doing things that we love to do. And now we kind of are in the position with OPLA wrapping up. Those reactions are already out, done, set. And amongst other things, like Bleach, and we're almost done with Gurren too.
We recorded another reaction to Gurren yesterday. So it's going to be available for Patreon and YouTube members, hopefully sometime this week, Friday, Saturday, and then YouTube shortly after that on our second channel, Volume 1 Plus. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted it to be fun and with a lot of different variety of things. And I think that with this week going forward, I sound like I'm like a contestant on a show. We're going to be bringing that to you. We're going to be bringing you everything you guys have been asking for.
Yeah, I mean, we already have some things locked in on our calendar too, and we'll share some of those things with you right now as well, like a volume 1 collab.
Wait.
Run it back.
Wait.
Run it back.
Hold on.
Oh, shitty.
You heard it right.
What did you say?
A volume 1 collab with the one and only How to Train Your Gavin.
Oh!
We've been waiting to talk to Gavin for so long.
It just didn't. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we haven't recorded it yet, but it's on the calendar. So we're going to be talking to Gavin this month about Ibitsu, which is a manga that we've always kind of wanted to check out and read. It's pretty short. It's 2 volumes, so we're going to read both of them, talk about the whole series. And yeah, I mean, Gavin's energy and just his content. We are both huge fans of him and his content. So I'm just happy. We're both so happy and excited that we finally get to have him on and to talk with him. Yeah, he's an amazing dude.
Yeah.
We got a dono, the first dono, I believe, actually the second. Paladin came in before the live even started and took that title as first donation of the stream. But Ramon coming in a close second. Let's go, Ramon.
Thank you, Ramon.
Ramon saying the set and Mehgan giving 100% Halloween vibes. On the other hand, Losh looking like a grandpa going for a hike.
Wow.
That's my costume. I'm an elderly hiker. For this stream today. That's my costume. I'm glad you picked up on that.
We were watching a Trash Taste video, and it was funny because the thumbnail was
oh my god,
what is his name? Jack?
No. It was Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Super Eye Patch Wolf. And Josh was like, "Oh wow, I've never seen his face before." And not like I'm not like making fun of him at all, but I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize how."
She's like, "Oh my god, he's so old."
Okay, I just said because I didn't know what he looked like. I was like, I did not say it like that. I said, "Oh my gosh, he looks so much older than I thought."
That's not what you said.
And I was like, I wonder how old he is. And I looked it up because I was kind of like, oh dang,
bitch, he's my age. He's my age. And she reacted that way. Oh my god, I didn't know he was that old. Whoa! And then looked it
not in
up.
A bad
same
way.
Age. We're the same age.
I just didn't realize. It's not bad. I just like shit.
And speaking of L's, Ramon, I believe Kiwi was the one who posted it in the Discord. We talked about it in a previous community live, wanting to get the Super Smash. Mehgan wanting to get the Super Smash.
Oh yeah.
Announcer.
Do we have?
It's on your.
No. Do we have? Hold on. Give me 1 second.
I added it to Mehgan's soundboard.
Just give me 1 second. I want to credit.
It's Kiwi.
Kiwi. Okay, you said that already. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, Kiwi. Yeah. So ready?
Go again. It still needs a little work because Kiwi, like in a genius stroke of genius, took the Isabel announcer saying Isabel and just kind of like chopped it so that they are just saying the L in Isabel. It works. And it might need a little fine tuning, but it's there. Okay. All right. They get it. A couple other things we want to mention before we get started with the main event, because I see Kev DOG here.
Kev,
let's go.
Hello.
Shout out, Kev. We're going to be this Friday at 1:30 p.m. PST doing the ultimate JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stream. We've been so excited about this and have been wanting to put this together for so long.
I'm so stoked.
Same, dude.
Have only ever really, I mean, you talked about JoJo actually on Kev's stream, his charity stream, which was a couple months ago. But I am so ready to talk JoJo on a live stream with other JoJo heads.
Same, dude.
I feel like, I mean, again, of course, we love One Piece. We love the community. We truly have been welcomed with open arms, and we are so grateful for that. And we're so grateful that we get to talk to so many cool people in the community about One Piece.
And we're not stopping.
No, we're not stopping. But this is super exciting to me because it is going to be just a culmination of kind of what we did when we caught up to One Piece, our Done Piece celebration with a bunch of different guests and talking to them about various topics. This is going to be so much fun, and I cannot wait to hear everyone's thoughts. And we have big dogs.
Yes.
We got big dogs.
We got big dog.
We got Kev,
Chewy dog. Big dog.
Mhm.
Kev DOG, which also has dog
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
his name. We have Willie and we have X-Force coming on the stream this Friday. And we're caught up on JoJo Lands too. We recorded our chapters 1 through 8 review and discussion already.
So we're caught up.
But we just haven't had
We're
time to
caught up.
edit it and get that out yet
But
because
we're
we want
caught
it to
up.
be really, really, well put together. So we're going to do the stream first, but we did that so that we can also talk about everything in the stream. Like nobody has to hold back.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it all. And then a couple days after that, our JoJo Lands chapters 1 through 8 video will come out. And then we'll be able to talk about JoJo Lands monthly, which I know
Oh my gosh.
isn't
I can't
coming out till
believe-
November.
I feel like it's like a very big responsibility. Like I'm taking on like buying but adopting a dog or something. Because I know JoJo Lands is going to be a part of my life for a really long time.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm caught up and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like having like a child almost.
Okay. That's a weird way to say that. But Vern said,
25-year-old woman talking about manga like it's her child.
but Vern said we already did the Ultimate Joestar bracket in Discord VC that one night. Yeah, after our watch party of what did we watch? Evangelion.
Yeah, we did. Oh, and speaking of Evangelion, it's the 28th anniversary.
Really?
28 years of Neon. It aired today. 28 years ago.
shit.
So shout out to Neon. I wish I had the Angel music on here.
What? Which
Dun,
one?
dun, dun.
Oh yeah.
Or the
That one.
the drums. How did
Don't. Yeah. Fucking
that song-
so good.
that song stays on? If you catch my drift.
So we're super excited, dude. Kev said I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on the main cast. I'm so excited to be able to talk about it with Kev, with everybody we have coming on. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm so excited. We're gonna get. I feel like it's gonna get heated.
I
feel like
want
it's
it to
gonna
get heated.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to get heated. We're also putting together like a bunch of graphics, and we want to make it really well put together and just really fun. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
What else before we jump in? We got Spooktober stuff.
Oh yeah, we want to maybe do some like what do you
On location.
on location
Outside of the studio.
Yeah, we have to get. We're thinking about doing like a pumpkin carving contest for a Halloween live stream,
Mhm.
which will actually be on Halloween. So if you guys want to tune in to that, which will be on the 31st, we're not sure if it'll be.
Can we tell people what we're thinking right now? Because last year
But I know we last year was a surprise.
Okay. All right.
So we can give like if you guys want to give us options of like duos. Like last year we did Rem and Ram. Do you have a photo
Yeah,
of that
I'll just pull
anywhere?
up the video. I'll pull up the video.
But yeah, we were Rem and Ram. I thought it was super funny to do and a funny duo. So we're thinking of we want a funny duo or like a duo in general for the stream this year.
Yeah. And we already have
Um,
one that we're like pretty excited about potentially doing. But if somebody recommends something,
Aw, the Chainsaw Man one.
if someone recommends something a little bit funnier, better, then we'll do
Mhm.
that.
Will Josh Alina return?
I don't know where
That's like
where-
your
where
thing.
where it's at. What did we talk about that
If
stream?
you just go to our page and just go to lives, it should be like not that.
Oh, here it is. So this is it right here. This was from last year, just in case you weren't here. It's taking a second to load. I don't know why. There we go. So this is it. This was last year.
Wow.
Crazy.
Really crazy.
So we got to outdo ourselves.
Oh.
We got to do something even crazier. I look so crazy.
Aw.
I look kind of good. But yeah. So we have an idea of who we
I
want to
can't
be.
believe that was a year ago.
Yeah,
It feels like forever ago.
it really doesn't feel like a year ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
wow.
But we want to do a pumpkin carving contest, and Test actually was mentioning in the Discord that he is working on putting together hottest monsters,
Ooh.
which I think is going to be super fun to do. Maybe even
That's
going
good.
like maybe to a pumpkin patch or going to like some sort of haunted space would be crazy.
I told Josh I don't do those. I don't do that. I don't do that shit. Okay, I don't do the mazes. I've never been to Not Scary Farm or like Halloween Horror Nights or anything. Because I just get so much inside. I don't like things popping out at me, and I get really scared when like I'm not aware. I don't know. Like jump scares in real life they scare me. I don't like them. I don't like it.
Yeah, you're not scared of.
No,
like, you're not scared.
No, it's like people are like, "Oh, it's just a person in a mask." I'm like, I'm not scared of the fucking prosthetics. I'm scared of someone. It could be anyone. It could just be a regular guy that comes around the corner and like scares me. I would still be scared. It doesn't matter what they look like.
Yeah, because like we said before, it's the anticipation of being scared.
Yeah, you're going in and you're gonna be scared, and then people are like, "Just get the no scare like necklace," and I'm like, "I'm not it's so stupid."
Yeah, that signals to everybody that you're a coward.
You're a coward, and like, what are you even doing here then? You know, like it's just like, and I feel like the actors.
It's like when someone goes to a restaurant with you. And they're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna eat. I ate before I got here." And it's like, then why did you come?
Exactly.
Oh, for the company?
Exactly.
For the camaraderie? Yeah, right.
But I would say that the only way I would do it is if we had like a GoPro or something, and I would put it on the channel because it would probably be really bad. And it wouldn't
really
be
funny.
me like, I don't know. There'd probably be some tears. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, she'd freak out.
I just don't. We went to the fair. We went.
Oh God, this was last year.
Wait, what?
We went to the fair, and it wasn't even like a maze, dude. There was like a section of the fair that was like a horror section, and it was just booths with like horror merch and art and all these kind of things. And there were people walking around dressed in costume, you know, with the knee pads or scraping things as they kind of walk. And Mehgan was we stumbled in there accidentally, and Mehgan was so terrified.
No, it was literally like, I don't even think it was that crazy. It was just, we walk in and we walked in on the wrong side because the other side was where the stuff I wanted to see, like, you know, like the accessories and like things you could buy, horror theme, like art and stuff. I wanted to walk on that side because where we walked into was like the scare side. So there was like a little maze that you could go through, but there was like someone actively in that area. It was like pretty dark. And I just remember I remember seeing this guy, and I knew it because he had a mask on. I was like, oh my God.
She's like, we gotta go.
I was like, wait. And I was like, wait, is this the way? And then he started like coming towards me and Josh. And I just remember like I have fight or flight. I was like, and I started just like walking in the opposite direction. I was like, Josh, okay, let's go.
But it's a recipe for disaster because that reaction makes them want to chase you more.
I know. And I was like, please, God. And then I barely made it out alive. I'm serious. He was coming after me. He was right behind me.
Forrest said, have you guys been to Halloween Horror Nights? I love Horror Nights. I think it's so much fun.
I heard it's ass though now.
I haven't been in like 2 years.
I heard that the lines and like you have to pay like an additional like $30 or something, maybe more, to like get like through the fast pass line.
Really?
In order for you to like enjoy it at all. Because it's that crowded. And it's super expensive.
I got in for free because my friend worked there. And he was like, yeah, I'll be one of the dogs with the chainsaw. So just come by and say what's up. And I was like, okay. Like they're all trying to scare you.
He's like not dressed as a dog though. He just like used that like, I'm gonna be one of the dogs. I want to be a dog.
Shout out Beans. Let's freaking go, dude. Beans with a dono.
Thank you.
Bean said, live action Bucci and Sham for Halloween. What are you trying to say, dude? What are you trying to say? Bucci's he's a little hefty.
I would be Bucci, obviously. And you would be
not
Sham.
obviously. Not obviously. That'd be cool, though.
Do it?
I don't know.
Oh, you do me.
Oh, I do Mihawk, dude. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Just killing some time. I want to be Mihawk so bad.
Just killing some time.
Yeah. Yeah. But that would be really cool. I also want to do live action Buggy at some point. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be really, really fun.
Yeah.
There's a craft channel, a foam channel called SKS Props that I watch. And bro, this man put out a tutorial on how to make the live action buggy hat and actually a Brook mask too. So I definitely want to make that. Where is it right here? I just want to shout this guy out. SKS Props. The Brook mask is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. But this is a little screenshot of it right here. But I think I want to do the live action buggy hat more. Because he's so good, dude. This man is talented. He puts so much work into what he does, too. Here it is right here. Bro. Got it with his eyes closed. My bad. But yeah, dude, it looks great. And it seems like pretty easy to make. So that'd be sick. Let's get back over to the chat. We have Shine Yee Yint.
Yay, thank you for being a member.
Oh, shit. Member for 10 months, 2 more months, and it'll be a year. Let's go. Nina and Alexander from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
You could make a good Winry. How about that?
Winry? I want to be...
Or...
I want to be...
you want to be Lust.
No. I want to be... oh my god, it's been such a long time since I've
Tiberius.
seen it.
This is so funny. Shout out Tiberius.
What are even the characters?
Flavor.
Tiberius said Mehgan could be Toji and Josh the Worm.
Bro.
And I just why did we literally joke about that? We're like, dude, that'd be
literally
so
that'd be
funny.
so funny. Like we were literally like if at like a con, like separately, like if Josh was Toji and then I was just like full like worm, and then like when we posed for pictures, I would be like nasty.
Yeah. That would be hilarious.
That would be really
so
funny.
We got to figure it out, though.
Yeah. I mean, we have one idea, but I think last year we did like a poll for the ideas that we had, and then one of them won. But we didn't announce who we were going to be until, like, obviously the live started. But yeah.
Yeah, we really wanted to do that Toji and the Worm thing. But let's catch up on some community live stuff really quickly, and then we'll get into the main event, because it has been a while since we have done one of these. So again, if you don't know, we have a community live section of our Discord, and there's a link to that in the description below. You can go to the community live section and post whatever news, anime, manga related, anything that you want us to talk about. We can't always and won't always be able to get to everything, but we do our best to talk about the things that we are at least able to talk about. So again, the link for that is in the description below. Let me just pull this up real quick. Bear with me. Let me get the right tab open. I gotta get a new mouse, dude. My mouse is done. It doesn't. The scroll wheel is broken. All right, so I don't know exactly where we left off, but let's just talk about some things that are sort of relevant. This is actually pretty crazy. This was in our Discord, posted in our Discord a while ago. Dandadan or Dandadan. There's going to be some sort of special announcement at Jump Festa.
Oh my gosh. I remember Jump Festa. Last year.
We did it. No, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. We streamed it.
The year before.
Didn't. Because it was I think we did it because they were revealing some Chainsaw Man stuff. I think we did it. I think so, because...
Well, I remember we were up at
2 a.m. or something.
2 a.m.
Yeah, streaming it. Because they were going to reveal Chainsaw Man stuff, and I think that's the year that Fujimoto gave an interview as Pochita. If I'm correct, I could be misremembering.
Shiny Yin with the dono. Thank you, Shiny. Mega's Mob and Josh's Reagan. We've literally talked about this too. I would love to do that at a con as well. So if we get all the stuff, I'm so down.
I would love that, dude. I would love that. But so everybody is, of course, speculating that the Dandadan stuff is going to be an anime announcement. I think that would be incredible. Obviously, that's what we all want it to be. There's a part of me that doesn't want to get my hopes up, but literally, what else could it be? I guess I'm just I don't know, man. I guess I'm skeptical because they keep doing this stuff where they'll say big announcement, and then it'll just be a collector's edition.
It's gonna be like a box set.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna be releasing a huge collector's edition Dan manga box set. And you're like, oh, fuck. Not that that's not cool, but it's just not what I thought it was going to be. I really think it's going to be an anime. I'm really, really, really hoping. I really, really, really want to see Dan animated. I think it would do so incredibly well. Fuck, man. Fingers crossed. And we'll stay informed. We'll keep our eyes and ears peeled for more news, more info, because that's another thing that we need to catch up on. That's like one of our series that we continue to go through arc by arc and talk about because it's just something that we really enjoy. I mean, Kev said a Dan box set would hit. It would, and I'd buy it. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's because they did that with the Berserk announcement.
Okay, well that's a whole other different story.
It is. But it is. I just can't help it, dude. I can't help getting my hopes up. Slight spoilers. Sorry, I don't want to spoil anybody. This is kind of older. I think some developments in terms of the strike. There's been some more developments, which are, let me just kind of keep scrolling. Oh, Beans is posting some more Bobby stuff. I want to get to real quick, and then we'll go back up. Just sort of some of the developments about the strike. Basically, I can't find it.
It's up. You just had it. This is all of it.
Oh, this is the SAG stuff. Okay, yeah. So basically, the writer's strike is over. Thank God. And they got some really cool stuff. There's plenty of other places on YouTube for you to get better information. But from what I understand and from what I've sort of like looked into, I mean, they got deals based on like the success of a show because previously streaming platforms like Netflix and stuff would not release their numbers, which is insane that they were just getting away with that for so long. So it didn't matter if you worked on Stranger Things or you worked on, I don't know, I can't think of another like bad series off the top of my head. It didn't matter how successful the series was, you got paid the same flat rate. Now that's going to be different. You're going to get an increase based on like how well a series does. There's like minimum staff writers. I think even like guaranteed employment throughout like a certain production period. Not using AI. Like writers can't, like studios can't ask writers to use AI or can't just use AI without anyone's knowledge. Writers can. They have to be transparent about it. And there's like other rules about like, not to say that they are going to just like AI generate a script, but they can like use it as a tool to help certain parts of the process, I guess, but they just have to be transparent about it. And they're the ones that get to make that decision on whether they want to do it or not. So a lot of like AI stuff, a lot of just like pay raises and employment guarantees, just all around like super positive. And of course, this means that, and I think Beans posted it, that they're back in the stew over at the OPLA writers room, which is just so fucking awesome. They're back. We're still waiting on SAG, and so I think that while writers are back in the writers room, I know that there are some writers who still want to remain in solidarity with SAG. And I think there's even a clause in the strike, in the agreement, that said something along the lines of, and again, guys, there are better places to get like information about all this stuff, but I'm just kind of like reiterating what I remember or how I understand it. So I apologize if I get anything like too wrong, but that was even a clause included in the deal as well, that they can't be penalized for wanting to remain in solidarity with SAG. They can continue to do that if they want without risk of like being fired or just being penalized in any sort of way. So we're still waiting for SAG. But writers are back. OPLA, the writers room is open again. They're back in the stew. They're cooking again. And that's just amazing. That's just amazing. So that's another thing that we had to catch up on. And they were already pretty far. They were already pretty far into the writing for season 2. What is this? We got some smoking. This is a beautiful live peak. Smoking behind the supermarket with you got 4th place in the 2023 Tsutaya Comic Awards. That's lit, dude. I mean, we never read past the first volume, but this was such a fun series. Why do you laugh like that at me? Huh?
No, I was laughing
Trying to
at
fight?
Vermilion said penalized.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
Penalized.
Peen.
Okay.
Some Devilman Crybaby stuff, some Bobby stuff.
I still have yet to watch that.
Devilman Crybaby?
Yeah.
It's good.
The old one, the original or the newer one. Eurocamp.
Eurocamp? Season 3?
I love Eurocamp. I'm all caught up. I watched the movie too. So good.
Do you recommend it? I mean,
Yes.
It's beautiful, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's really cute. It's
beautiful.
really fun.
It warms your soul, and I want to go camping every time I watch it.
It looks incredible, dude. I mean, we're just not playing trailers to be safe now because, I mean, it's just happened too many times.
It was the first time I had seen, because Reen is like the main character, and she eats these like curry raw, like the curry cup of noodles, and I never seen that. I was like, oh, that shit's cool.
Those shits
And
are
then
bomb, dude.
I saw one at Daiso, and I was like, oh my god. And I bought a bunch, and then I watched like the rest of the first season, and it
That's
felt
so cool.
yeah.
I love doing shit like that.
It was like, it was kind of sad. It was just me. Like, this was like years ago, so I was like just in my room, like just smoking weed, eating curry ramen by myself.
I mean,
like,
that's the life
really
of an anime
happy.
fan, I feel like.
Yeah.
That was me my whole life.
I was like, oh, this is so fun. And I'm just like by myself. And it's like imagine me in a dark room, the laptop's open, shining on my face. Like, just.
That to me genuinely
It's true
sounds
happiness.
lit. It's true happiness. True happiness. Bro, I used to love just like, self-care, self-love, spoiling myself, have a little day.
Self-care, self-love. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because I would just get some treats for myself.
Oh, okay.
I would like make it a little thing for myself. I'd post up, sit up, watch some stuff, and yeah, just like enjoy.
What are you watching?
Me.
Enjoy you.
Enjoy me.
And what the fuck are
I
you
was watching all
talking
kinds of things. I was watching all kinds of things.
Bible Black.
yeah. It's a great series, Bible Black. It really is. It's so crazy, man. I mean, it's not even. I watch it for the story too, because it's just the ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs, and the ups and the downs. It's really it goes everywhere.
Stop.
No, the story's fantastic.
It's a canon event.
It's a good story. You guys should check it out. Bible Black, highly recommend.
Stop. Who's saying that name?
But yeah, Eurocamp. I don't know. I'm asking because I haven't sat down and watched a good slice of life in a while.
It's so cute. Oh, I need to talk about. Oh my god.
Okay, let me switch back. Go off.
The masterful cat is
shoot.
depressed again today. You guys, this shit, like
I'll pull up some images while you talk about it.
It was so good.
I only watched the first episode, but I really enjoyed it too.
It was so good.
The masterful cat.
It was so just like soothing and funny, and I just loved it. It made me feel just so happy, and it was getting me through some hard times these past couple weeks, and I love it. I recommend it. I highly recommend it.
You want to tell them what it's about, just in case they don't know?
It's about a girl in her mid-20s who's an office worker. She adopts a cat who is underneath a park bench, and it's snowing, so she takes the kitten in, and the kitten sees how terrible she is living and treating herself. Like, she has a trash department. She doesn't like eat. Like, she just does not know how to take care of herself. So he sees that, and he gets big in order to help her like live a good life. And that's the reason why he just like grew so big. He like ate a lot because he knew that he had to take care of her. And it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, the first episode was really good.
It's like
it was
heavy slice of life.
But
the animation's so it pops off for no reason. Like,
yeah, it was
so good.
animated like too well.
I mean, it's
like it was too good.
Okay, well,
I was like,
it
bro,
deserves that.
I mean, sure, it does. But I was like, oh my god, the OP alone. But it finally wrapped up. You finally finished it. and you recommend it.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it
I'm
a
so
lot.
sad it's over. It was like my treat. It was my treat.
I wonder if anybody else watched it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, again, seasonal anime, it just gets away from me all the time. I watch like a couple episodes, and then
Oh yeah, I'm caught up on Zom 100 too.
oh, you did catch up,
Yes.
bro. That's another crazy thing.
And I'm so upset that it's on hiatus indefinitely. Like where we left off. Oh,
Yeah,
it's so good.
I feel so bad for these like animators, bro.
I
It was
know.
apparently because the last episode of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc came out too, and at the end there was like a 4-minute cone section where he's just sort of like recapping things, and he's talking about things that I think happened in the manga, but they didn't have time to include in the anime. But it just does seem like it doesn't seem out of place necessarily, but it did seem odd that in the finale they were dedicating so much time to this like segment, and then I found out that according to what I saw, there were some production issues, and they didn't really have time to fill that 4 minutes, so that they just included that, which is still like a good solution to that problem, because the stuff that they included, it was nice, but it wasn't like just random stuff that they threw in at the end of the episode. But I mean, like production issues with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, Zom 100 indefinite hiatus. Like, bro, we just if we need more time between seasons, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I just feel like these studios are overworking these animators, bro, that they can't even keep up with their own schedules.
I mean, I had read somewhere too recently that there's a rumor, and maybe it is confirmed, but MAPPA is making their workers sign NDAs so they can't talk about the working conditions at MAPPA. And if you guys have heard anything about this, let me know. I should have probably brought something up, but I don't know if it is like completely true. But this just happened a couple days ago, and because a lot of the animators, like, there's people like tweeting like, I really don't give a fuck what happened. Like, you can fire me. Like, I'm going to disclose talk about
the
how
working
bad.
conditions
Yeah,
here.
it is, because as we know, MAPPA's like just completely taken on like the biggest workload of anime.
Yeah, I mean, they take on heavy hitters, they take on bangers, and they make good shit. They make good stuff. And Zom 100, you enjoyed the animation. Looks fantastic.
It's
like,
so
it's really
good.
popping off.
It's so good. I'm really enjoying it.
And you're beyond the point now, because you went farther in the
way
manga
beyond.
than what we
No.
talked about.
Oh yeah, the first volume. Yeah, I think I went up to 3.
But now
Or
you're in
2?
new territory. The anime is
I'm in
covering
new
stuff
territory.
you haven't read, which is also like, again, I know we've talked about it before, so I won't really go into it again. It's just so like hard for me to watch something after I've already read it. That's why certain things, another segue, like Pluto, I've just sort of waited till the anime has been announced or is going to be released to watch, because
Can't
I don't
wait
know
for that.
I don't know that I'd be able to sit down and watch it if I had already read all of it.
Someone said Chainsaw Man, guys.
Chainsaw Man, what?
The anime, we read it all.
Yeah, no, I know, and that was fun. But that was fun because it was such a big thing in our community, on our channel,
And
so
for us in general.
yeah, and for us in general. So like sharing that with everybody made that better. But I honestly don't know, like, if we didn't talk about it on the channel, if we didn't react to it on the channel, if I would have in my own free time,
I would have watched it.
I would have watched a little bit of it for sure. But I already read it. I already know what happened.
But it adds so much.
Yeah, it does. They did a really good job. The season was great. It's just it's hard for me. It's hard for me to even, like, there has to be a long gap between when I've seen a movie before when I can watch it again. I don't know. And I'll like never read a book twice. It's a freaking miracle I got through it the first time. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just hard for me. But speaking of Pluto, the anime is coming out at the end of this month. I think October 26th. They released another trailer, the final trailer, and I'm on the
I
fence
thought it was
about.
coming out the 6th.
No, I think that's Undead Unluck,
Oh.
which is also
right.
like right around the corner.
Yeah. and we're gonna get better. I mean, I'm pretty like good at the show, like the shows that I do watch when it comes into season that are weekly. I do tend to like keep up on them
you're
because
good at it. You're good about
well,
it.
it depends. Like if I know that I'm gonna be busy, I like to kind of have like 3 in the bank, so I know I can just like veg out all, for like 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Undead Unluck, we're definitely gonna like hopefully be able to watch weekly and then not do reactions to the episodes, but do like an overall, general, concise video about the first season.
Yeah.
And then Pluto, same thing.
Same thing. I can't wait to watch Pluto. I can't wait to watch
it. Looks so good.
That's what I was saying.
I can't wait. I can't see. That's what there's like a. It depends on like whether or not you've seen something, and you're like not really like you don't want to watch it because you've already seen it. But there's that specific robot storyline in Pluto that I'm so excited to see animated. There's just so many things that I'm like, oh, I cannot wait.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm even like a little on the fence about whether I even want to watch the final trailer or not, because I saw the last trailer that came out and it was stunning, dude. The sequence towards, I think it was like towards the middle or the end. It was absolutely incredible. It looks like it took them 10 years to animate. It is so well done. And so when the final trailer dropped, I was on the fence about whether I even wanted to watch it or not, because I want to experience it all for the first time. It's coming out soon at the end of this month. So we got Undead Unluck, Pluto, and Freyrin, which I never know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but coming out, Beyond Journey's End, that already did come out. They released the first, I think, 4 episodes or something like that. So like Mehgan was saying, I don't know. There's some things we want to try to experiment with. There's some things we want to play around with. We definitely are going to do a video on Pluto. Not necessarily reacting to it, but talking about the entire
not
series as a whole.
reacting to it.
It's just too much editing for us. But, what would be fun, and I'm not saying that this would happen, but I don't know. I think it would be fun to maybe like react to, and I'm not saying that we have to do this.
Josh loves doing this, telling me ideas right on the spot.
No, I'm not committing to anything. It's just an idea that popped into my head right now. And I want to say it out loud before I forget it. But it would be kind of fun to like react to Undead Unluck, the first episode, and just talk about it. But then we just like release our conversation on YouTube, and then we release the reaction and discussion for our Patreon YouTube members, only because with everything else, just for the first episode, because with everything else we have going on, it's just unrealistic for us to be able to edit that down in a timely manner with, like I said, everything else we have going on, so that YouTube will like allow it to be up, But maybe.
But I just feel like if we do one, then people are gonna want us to do the whole thing.
That's the trap we fall into.
So it's like, and then we're like, oh, we should do it, and then we're like, oh my gosh, the editing is insane. Why did we take on something else?
Yeah, that's the trap we always fall into.
So I just think we should just watch it all and then talk about it.
Okay. All right. I'm just spitballing. Blaze said, "Oh, geez, the first episode of Undead Unluck is gonna be rough." LOL. Bro, it looks pretty crazy. It looks pretty lit. Like the animation looks pretty good, and it's David Productions. JoJo, let's go.
And people are saying, "Did you mention Freyrin?
Yeah,
we would talk about that."
I want to talk about it in some capacity. I just don't know how we're gonna do it.
Again,
or
we
when
just watched the first 4
and have a discussion.
Yeah, and then maybe we could just do like a full video on it later, or we just wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we're like talking about like what are we doing?
Yeah, what are
I'm
we doing?
so sorry.
What are we doing?
Anyways,
we're just
yeah, we're
it's
like
a think tank
literally
right now.
like what?
It's a think tank.
Okay.
And Elizabeth Swan, shout out, said either one is fine by me. Shout out.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
That does mean a lot. Ichi, Joestar, Undead Unluck main character is Gojo's voice actor. That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah. Anything else you have to get to before? And that actually like that works in my mind. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get into our tier list, the main event of today's Community Live? Y'all good? You're gonna throw up right now. All right. Sounded like you had something.
I'm just kidding. Actually,
Actually, I gotta go take a shit real quick. I'll be right back.
go ahead.
No, that was you.
Oh,
That was you, not
I
me.
mean, you said it though.
Sure. So, are we good?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Fun.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything.
Oh my.
Where's the other one?
Losh for real.
Mehgan
right.
no longer sick, Tess said. Yes.
Oh yeah, Mehgan just had an issue that she wasn't really quite sure what the cause of it was.
Yeah, for the last maybe a week and a half, I had a pain in my heart, like my chest, and it felt like my heart. Like it felt like bad. Like I would move in a certain position and I would feel
and even
pressure.
breathing, you said, was hard.
It was towards the later on, before I went to the doctor, when I would breathe in, it would really hurt. So I was kind of oh shit, this is all of the years of energy drinks and not eating and not drinking water is finally caught up to me. This is the moment where I find out that something is very wrong with me. So I went to the doctor, and before I went to the doctor, the day before, I took some Tums. And then I went, and I didn't have the pain anymore. So it probably was heartburn, which makes me feel very old.
Well, you checked with the doctor, and the doctor said you're good, just to keep an eye on it. But
yeah,
it seems like you're clear.
It seems like I'm clear for now. But
yeah,
it was kind of scary. It was kind of scary. Oh yeah, and by the way, my car.
Yeah, that was another reason why. Because of the editing that we were doing and other things, but also life stuff. Mehgan, obviously not feeling well, which is something that we wanted to take very seriously. But another life thing, your car.
Yeah, my
got
car
fucking hit.
My car got hit.
Parked. It was parked, and someone in the middle of the night, I'm assuming a drunk driver.
Yeah.
Freaking smashed into her car.
Yeah, I love when that happens to me. I'm getting it fixed now, but it's been a lot. That's why Masterful Cat really kept me going. You have those shows that you just latch onto that you're if this ends, I end. That was Masterful Cat for me.
It's intense.
And
yeah,
everyone knows what I'm talking about. You just oh my god. But it's been kind of rough, and I thought I was literally dying, so it was not.
Yeah,
fun
I mean,
for
dude,
me. I think it was all the anxiety, for sure.
Probably, and stress. That could have been a factor in why you were feeling the way you were feeling too. But bro, just very, very quickly, the situation, I mean, it was so fortunate, ironically, how it happened. You never want your parked car to get hit, but if you do, this is how you want it to happen. There was luckily Ring camera footage.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Ring camera in front of the house she was parked in front of.
Yeah, so I was able to see the people hit my car, and I was
she found the car. So I mean, technically was a hit and run because they didn't put anything on the windshield or anything.
No,
she found the car, and because another car was involved, the car parked behind her was involved. So they found the car, and when they found the car, the other person who got hit found his insurance in the front seat.
Got him.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, the lady whose car got hit, she actually took photos of it. But it was a whole thing, and it's
it was crazy.
It was just really annoying, and it really just makes my life not fun right now. But
it's all getting taken care of. It's all getting sorted out.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna get into the main event. Like I said, we're gonna be ranking and talking about some of our favorite and least favorite horror movies to get you into the Halloween spirit. These are movies from 2022 and 2023, just to kind of narrow it down, or else this list would be incredibly long. We also might give some of our thoughts on some Halloween classics from outside of these specific parameters that we would recommend. But yeah, I mean, this is just, like I said, a great way to get in the Halloween spirit, and the first installment of our horror/Halloween themed community lives that we're going to be doing this month.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's freaking go. Spicy kimchi with a dono. Thank you, kimchi.
Shout out Spicy Kimchi.
Where'd you find this?
Volume 1 Pepto-Bismol Fund also had a member chat earlier.
Oh,
Spicy,
fuck,
did we
Spicy.
miss it?
Let me switch over. Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh,
Fuck.
sorry.
Sorry, Spicy. Let me give you another sound.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a member for 13 months, dude. Spicy Kimchi is fucking goated.
Noted.
Helps so much in the Discord, putting together community events. We love Spicy Kimchi. Great news for everybody involved, and we won't have to wait that long for season 2 of OPLA. And new event in the Discord, costume contest for pets. That's so fun.
That is super fun.
Again,
We're going to be holding, not a contest, but on our Halloween live, feel free to
carve a pumpkin.
carve a pumpkin
And post
with
that
us.
too.
Post that too. And then post your Halloween costumes, and we'll go through them. That's always so fun.
And we could have another Christmas situation where a couple years ago, people posted photos of their Christmas tree, and I roasted them. And to this day, a beautiful, beautiful lad, a beautiful member of our community, Will, I said some pretty horrible things about his, I'll say, excuse for a tree. And
It's like you never let this die.
And he still holds on to it to this day. Let it go, Will. I'm just kidding.
Let it go. I'm just kidding.
I love Will. I'm just messing.
Shiny Yint with the dono as well. Thank you so much.
Damn, son,
so
where'd you
cool.
find
Gavin
this?
is really good with his Halloween themed videos.
Yeah. We were watching one before we went live.
Yeah, he's great. I think he is going to a haunted castle pretty soon. I think this weekend. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah.
All right, so let's get into the movies that we have here. Now, again, these are movies that we've seen.
Yeah, so if they're not on the list, we haven't seen them.
We have not seen them. Let me get this. I pulled up the wrong screen. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. And they're from 2022, 2023. So we have Barbarian. We have this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one. This is one that I like based my
I was like, wait, what?
I was like, I haven't seen any of these things. So here's the actual one. Right
Okay,
here.
so Barbarian.
Nope, this is still the other one.
You just had it.
Where did it go? Do I have to like remake it right now? Oh, no.
No, it's right there.
That's right.
Wait, that's not, you just clicked that. No, go back. It's that one.
Oh. Oh, I know what's happening. Sorry. I know what's happening. I have the wrong, got it. I have the wrong thing. That was confusing. This is the one.
That's the one. Okay, so we have Barbarian. We have Infinity Pool. We have X. We have Scream. What is that? 5?
It was the most recent one. The one
Most
when they're
recent
in
one.
the big city.
Okay, well, the other one, too, we saw.
Yeah.
We'll count that as 2. Telephone, the black telephone. Right?
Black Phone.
Black Phone. Talk to Me.
Talk to Me.
Skinamarink. Nope. No One Will Save You.
This is something that I have. This is a film that I have strong opinions on.
Evil Dead Rising.
Evil Dead Rise.
Evil Dead Rise. I'm getting every name wrong. Cobwebs.
Cobweb.
Barbarian's on here.
No,
the Boogeyman.
The first one was Boogeyman.
I'm sorry.
You're getting all of them wrong, but it's good.
I'm sorry. Renfield.
Renfield, yeah.
I love Renfield. Uma.
Uma.
Mm-hmm. Smile. Men. The Invitation. Mehgan. Pearl, and
Werewolf by Night.
I'm surprised you put this on the list.
I mean, I just went through all horror movies of 2022 and 2023, and anything that we saw, I added it to this
I'm
list.
literally surprised you. I'm just kidding. No, just kidding.
Why would you put this?
Why the fuck would you put that on the fucking list? It's Marvel. I don't want that shit on here. Get it off. You know how I fucking feel.
And we have our tiers named horror classic, good, pretty good, mid, and not good. Sorry.
Oh.
So we'll start with, and we'll give you guys a little brief synopsis on each movie just in case you haven't seen it. And again, I encourage you to watch some of these movies because I think they're all pretty good. There are some that are obviously like
better than others.
Not good. But yeah, if something sounds interesting to you, I would love to hear your thoughts on any of these movies if you have watched them or if you decide to watch them.
Yes. And again, everything on this list we have seen. If it's not on the list, then we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So people are saying the new Saw movie, haven't seen it.
I'm really curious about that movie.
I think there was another one here, Terrifier.
Yeah,
Didn't see it.
The new Saw movie looks actually interesting and good to me because of where it takes place in the Saw timeline. I was so lost in the sauce when it came to the Saw timeline, but then after it was announced that this is going to take place right after the first movie, it's a technically direct sequel to the first movie. I was like, oh, damn, I'm in. I'm in. So I do want to see that. Oh, and I thought I added Haunting of Venice in here too, but I guess I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
So
Let's start with Boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
Boogeyman is...
We should... Okay, again, we shouldn't give too much away.
Yeah, of course.
Not too spoilery.
Of course.
If you've seen Boogeyman, this is Boogeyman.
So what Boogeyman is about, essentially, is the Boogeyman.
What?
What? Who would have thought?
The heck?
Without giving too much away, I will say that this does put a spin to a degree on
what you would expect from a movie, like watching. Well, if you watch the trailer, you kind of get more of a gist of it. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy the direction that they took, like adapting the Boogeyman, because the Boogeyman is just such a the Boogeyman, like it's like a household name, like everyone knows like the Boogeyman. So the way they turn this on its head, I really did appreciate.
Yeah, they made a choice with how they wanted to with their Boogeyman, I guess.
With their Boogeyman.
And I liked it because it was a little different and not what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
It's a pretty classic, horror movie in a dark house, but it's fun because the girl, like you could see in the little square, has a light that's a ball, and it's just really
a moon.
Oh, it's like a little moon. You're right, and she kind of rolls it around the dark halls. It's kind of a cool device.
I will say that there were some moments that genuinely had me on the edge of my seat. Like there were, because I really I do not like the dark. To this day, if I have to go turn on a light and walk out of the room and go to the next room, I'll run. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. I just hate it. I always think something's coming after me, literally the movie, the Boogeyman. So there were some scenes I was like, oh my god, I would just die right there and then. I would just probably just accept my fate. I wouldn't know what. It was just really scary.
Yeah, the guy from Suicide Squad, Polka Dot Man, he's been in a lot of other stuff too. He's in it. The cast is pretty good, and yeah, I did like it. So where would you?
I would put it.
Let me see if anybody in the chat has seen this. Go ahead.
I would do pretty good. I wouldn't say it's mid. I would say it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's pretty good. I wouldn't say I wouldn't put it good necessarily yet. I would put pretty good.
Yeah, Boogeyman was pretty good. Again, it's a very classic horror movie with a very classic and iconic monster, if you will, the Boogeyman. So pretty good is where I think I'm comfortable putting it too.
Infinity Pool.
Bro, this is a trip.
This was really good. This was really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's by I always forget the iconic horror sort of
I can look it up.
Gore filmmaker. It's his son. Oh man. Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg.
So did Cronenberg do The Thing? I think he did.
David Cronenberg did The Fly.
The Fly.
He did The Fly. He did Crash. And many other films.
His movies are iconic.
Yes.
But this is his son's movie, and it's with one of the Skarsgårds and Mia Goth.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely insane. It is a psychological horror, if anything. And,
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And there's a really, really, really interesting
orgy scene.
Well, that too. And apparently there's an uncut version where they show even crazier stuff. But there's a really interesting... I don't know if this is giving it away, so I won't say anything, but there's something that is proposed in the very beginning of the movie
that you think you're like, oh, this is it's so interesting. It's so interesting. I've never seen it done before. It felt like a Twilight Zone episode in something that could not even, you can't even comprehend it being real. and now it's like presented in front of you, and the horror that brings, and like
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, because I was just thinking about like, because I want you to talk about it more freely. And I think that thing that we're dancing around is in the synopsis for the movie.
I mean, I wouldn't say it because I didn't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it.
All right. Sorry, go ahead.
I lost it.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I wanted you to be more like, be able to talk about it more openly. Because I do think that it was in some of the promotional like material in the trailers and stuff. But I guess to be safe, we won't.
Okay.
We won't. It's just like you said, like Mehgan was saying, it was a very Twilight Zone sort of premise, but it is a mind fuck, and Mia Goth is a maniac in the best way, I guess. Like, you know, real life aside, you know, I think I don't know much about like what goes on in her real life via tabloids or whatever, but as an actress, I really do enjoy her in almost everything. In almost everything she's in. She's pretty scary, dude. But it works. It works. Where would you rank it, Mehgan?
I mean, I wouldn't say like a classic. I mean, I liked it, but classic is kind of a broad.
Okay, I would
term.
agree, and I would say good.
I would say, I would say good. Like, I would recommend it.
Yeah. Same. I encourage everybody, especially if you like movies.
If you are a bit squeamish, there are some things in it. I'm like, it's pretty disturbing. It's just disturbing. It's not necessarily scary. It's more just disturbing and like kind of mind fucky.
I'll say this without giving away. I've been really trying to think of a way to say it without spoiling it. So I think I found it. It's about a lot of things. It's very cerebral, but like a spoiler-free synopsis of it is, it's sort of about rich people that go on vacation to other places, other countries, and in this specific movie have committed some sort of crime, whether purposely or accidentally, and the country has offered them a way out of being sort of like charged with these crimes.
So just like in real life. Like, okay.
They've offered them a very interesting
proposition.
Way
It's
out.
just money. It just comes down to money. But I mean, you literally just explain what rich people do. But
it's also a theme of the movie. It's also a theme. But I really, really, really encourage you to watch it if you like those kind of movies. Another Mia Goth movie, X. This is the first part of a two-parter that I think is going to actually be 3. X, Pearl, and then there's another one that I think they revealed the name of, but I forgot. X is your typical slasher film, in my opinion.
Yeah. It was good, but I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, if you don't know what it's about, it's an A24 movie, slasher movie about a group of people who go to a like farm sort of house
Film a porno.
to film a porn. Yeah, and then hijinks ensue.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Cudi's in it. I love a good Kid Cudi role, but ultimately the premise was interesting. It was just a very, like, to me, simple slasher.
It was, and it did it well. But I wouldn't say that it was like.
I would honestly say pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe my expectations were too high.
Same.
But I did like it.
Are you comfortable with putting it at pretty good?
Yeah.
I think Jenna Ortega's in it too.
She is. And she tells her boyfriend. I'm not going to get into it.
I mean, there are some moments of dialogue between characters that are pretty intense, dude.
Bro, it's like literally like you would think like, okay, maybe the worst thing that could happen with you bringing your girlfriend onto a set of a porno happens.
Yes.
You know, the thing that you don't want to happen at all happens.
Yes.
And it's very like, fuck, that's
that was probably one of the most interesting parts of the whole movie.
It was like, why? But it felt just like, okay. Like, why are we focusing on this aspect? Like, I get it's like maybe like it's like the like showing like innocence and what like an innocent like person could when they're like when they're involved with like people doing it, like it's like peer pressure almost, but she really went out of her way. Like it seemed like her plan all along. But I mean, it's like Kid Cudi, so it's like
that movie, or not that movie, like that Black Mirror episode where Daniel Kaluuya is on the bike. It's kind of like that.
I don't get it.
Did you see that episode of Black Mirror?
The bike?
Where he's on the cycle. He's like cycling for credits and they're in these rooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It gave me that sort of same feeling, even though I think the Black Mirror episode was darker. It was way darker.
It was more sad.
Yes.
It was more sad. This was more like, it was like liberating.
Yeah. Some of the new episodes of Black Mirror we finally got around to watching too. They're pretty good.
They are good. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, okay. So I'd put it on the same level as
moving on.
Boogeyman. So now we got Scream. Scream in the big city is what I call it. Like
Scream in the Babe in the big city. Scream in the big city. Tale of two kitties. Garfield, best Garfield movie.
Another Jenna Ortega movie right here.
Another Jenna Ortega movie. I liked this one. I remember seeing the promotional stuff for this and like the trailer. I was like, now how the fuck? Like the Scream, like bitch, Ghostface could be running around like literally as a fucking like a bodega. Like what are we gonna be doing here? Like he's gonna get shot immediately. Like we're in fucking New York. Like if someone's trying to run up on anyone with a knife, they're getting like they're it's over. It's over for them. But I guess it's fine. He just runs around doing whatever the fuck he wants. But I did like the twist. It is a bit over the top. I really, up until like last year,
I think the last Scream movie was the first one you saw.
Was in the original.
Oh, in the original.
But it's like I wasn't keeping up with the franchise. Right. But you kind of explained to me like what the true intention of those movies were and what it kind of became. And then I was able to get behind it. But it's over the top, like very like in that fashion cheesy, like meta, like very knows what it's doing. And I can appreciate that. And yeah.
And I think it was the same because, like Mehgan was saying, I've been a fan of the Scream franchise since since the first one came out, dude. I mean, I don't know if it was since the first one came out, but
it was. No, literally, but, like you saw that in theaters and you were drinking a beer.
Yeah. Okay, you took it a little too far at the end there with that little extra detail. But yeah, I love Wes Craven. I love this franchise, and I think these last two Scream movies have been really, really good. Obviously, Wes Craven has passed away, but I think his legacy is being respected, and I think that what they're doing in these movies is really true to all the Screams that came before. I think they've been both like really, really good, but you do have to be, I think, obviously a fan of the franchise to really enjoy them as much as possible, I guess. So that's what makes it tricky about putting it on a tier list.
I would say it was pretty good.
Yeah, I would say pretty good.
I would say the one before it was better.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I kind of like the last one a little bit. I
like the last one so much more.
Yeah, it's campy. It's Scream. It's Scream. So,
but it was just like this movie felt like a hat on a hat on a hat on a hat.
That's true.
Like it was so far fetched where I was like, okay. Like if you know, you know. But A Beautiful Lie, thank you so much for the dono. This movie is so goated. If you're a Scream fan and love the franchise, great movie, classic.
That's why I think it's so hard because
I like the first one more. I would put the first one,
the one that came before this one.
Yeah, the one that came before. I think at 5.
I forget the numbers.
I think this one is the 6th one. I think. But
yeah, you like that one more.
Yeah.
I think I do too. I
would say good. I would say it's better than X.
Oh, yeah. I would say better than X. You're right.
And better than Boogeyman. That's how we should do it.
And honestly, in terms of like, because Scream is iconic. So I do think Scream, the franchise, is a horror classic. The franchise.
The franchise is, but not that movie. I mean, if it's
Okay.
like, so you think like Infinity Pool and that movie are on the same level though? Like that's where we kind of like have to think about it.
Yeah, but I think that this is where I'm gonna be, because it was good. It was good.
We'll just leave it at good for now.
And we'll come back and revisit Tiberius with a don't know as well.
Oh, shitty.
I'm not so big on Scream, but I am a fan of Cream. Well, Trick or Treat.
Ew. It's funny because we actually met Mason Gooding, which is Chad in the movie. I do believe in the Scream movie. And we met him. Yeah, he was really nice.
With Matt Owens when we went to go see the scene of Nami, the random scene that ended up being the one of Nami from Anime Expo. Yeah, he was there and he was like commenting on our cosplays. He even posted a picture of us on his profile.
Yeah, we were like, oh my gosh.
As Croc and Miss All Sunday.
And we were like,
he was super nice.
We were like, where have we seen him from? Because I
knew right away.
I knew he was. I forgot, and then I was like, oh, that guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so the black phone.
Black Phone.
I would say this is a horror classic.
I would say it's a horror classic too, dude.
I would say it was a horror classic. This is what I miss in scary movies.
This was really good.
Great plot, great twists and turns. Is it supernatural? Is it set in reality?
Yeah.
It has all of these things going for it, and it really does make you feel uneasy, true evil. And I loved it. I loved it.
Ethan Hawke, I believe, is the actor's name.
So slimy, just terrifying.
Really, really solid for every reason Megan just said. Movie. It does put its own sort of spin on sort of like similar tropes, I guess, or just like tropes that have come before it. But
it's so different.
But it's very different. It feels
so
very
different.
fresh. And funny enough, I believe, if I'm correct, that this is the movie, the director for the Multiverse of Madness walked away from Multiverse of Madness to make this movie.
Great choice.
Great choice.
I mean, regardless of making the movie too, though.
Yeah.
Like that would have been just a goated choice. But now that he went on to this, it's even
he
better.
He felt like he wasn't getting enough creative control to do what he wanted to, so he left and then made this film. And like the subtle supernatural elements that are throughout this movie make it really good. I mean, it's essentially, without giving too many things away, about a person who kidnaps young children,
which is already just like scary.
And keeps them in his basement. But it's very simple. That's what I mean. Like even in its like synopsis, it's very simple.
It's it's so good though. I mean, I love the supernatural element that is added because it just adds so much, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what you're gonna get through the whole movie, and things change. I do like the time period too. I thought it was really added to it because I feel like back in the day, I don't know, people I feel like parents, I mean rightfully so now, are like really like protective
but
of
these
their
are like
kids.
latchkey kids.
Yeah, these are just kids that could they were beating each other the fuck up, like doing crazy shit, and I was like, oh, 78, like it was a different time, and you really feel that in the beginning, like you really just feel like, oh yeah, this is not right now. I guess kids are doing crazy shit.
Kids stay doing crazy shit. It just changes. It becomes different.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it just goes to show you, like, if you execute a simple concept well, that it can be like an
with your own twist,
with your own, and by also putting your own spin on it, it can be an incredible film. And this is what I think Black Phone is. So I think, it's a classic. This is a movie I could watch again and again. I could watch it this year. I think it came out last year.
I'll watch it this year. Talk to me.
This is a 2023 movie that just came out.
We should get our own Talk to Me hand.
Oh, you guys aren't down.
We should make it, and then we'll be like this. We'll be like this.
And we'll write like all of our like
this.
Go ahead. Hold on. Let me switch.
No.
I don't have to go big.
No.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Like, I can't do it. It's like, when they say they hold it,
and
they go talk. I have to do my New Zealand accent.
You set
Australian
yourself
accent.
up for this.
Talk to me. Oh my God.
Worth it.
It's the ghost
So
of
worth it.
um
Who is it? Who is
Josh's
Josh's prime.
yeah.
It's the ghost of Josh's prime.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck.
That could have been better. You could do one. Why don't you do one?
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Do talk to me.
It is funny that it's a phone too. Okay. I don't know. Anything I say is going to be. I don't know. We're talking about the dead. I don't know.
What?
Because
You're
like
scared?
not that I'm.
We're not doing
scared,
the
but
real
what if
talk
I
to
say
me,
something
bitch.
accidentally disrespectful about someone who's no longer with us?
You don't have. You don't. You're in control of what you say.
Okay. I know, but sometimes.
Oh, but if the ghost goes through you,
Yes.
then you don't. Well, it's only when you let them in. You can say "talk to me." Remember in the movie, if you watch the movie, you can say "talk to me,"
Right, you're right.
and then you can just see them. But then you say, "I grant you access. I'll let you in." But I
Okay.
bet you say that a lot, just in general, to everyone you meet.
Yeah, I touch people's hands and I say, "Let me in."
You know, you say like, "I'll let you in."
I'll let you in.
And then they go, "Okay."
Yeah, and then it is kind of like talk to me because I go.
It kind of is.
Like that, yeah,
And
yeah.
it like you do it a lot.
all around,
Yeah.
all around
A
town.
lot.
All around town. Okay, I'll do one.
Okay.
Talk to me. Oh my God. It's the ghost of, it's the ghost of, fuck dude, I knew it was going to be the hard part. It's the ghost of, who's an actor that fell off? It's a ghost of their career. Who is that? Who is it? Oh, who is it? Who's there? Ew, you spit all over me. What's an actor that fell off, Mehgan? Help me. Someone who got canceled.
Crystalia.
Oh, it's the ghost of Crystalia's career. Someone more like mainstream.
I don't know. I don't keep up with canceled actors.
Neither do I. See, this is why it was a bad bit.
God damn it.
Anyway, Josh let me in.
Chopper Dahmer.
Anyway, if you don't know anything about Talk to Me, it's kind of that. It's that. We just reenacted the whole movie for you. No, it's about this like cursed hand that is actually the hand of a what do you call him? Like a psychic.
Mm.
And these kids have gotten a hold of it and they're taking it to parties with them, and it's almost become like this party trick that they do where if you hold the hand and say, talk to me, I let you in, then for 90 seconds, you become the vessel of a random dead person.
No, if you let it in.
If you let it in, yeah.
If you let it in. If you just say, talk to me, you can just see it. But if you let it in, you can only let it in for a short amount of time, because if you go past that time, it'll consume you pretty much.
Yes, it'll take over.
But yeah, it's really good. I really, really liked it. I would say it's a classic. Like, I really enjoyed it. I guess Flavor Flav, shout out Flavor Flav in the chat. The movie was produced by YouTubers called Raka. They're incredibly talented.
Well, dude, they fucking crushed it. I would put this movie as a horror classic, dude. I think it's something that I can revisit over and over and over and can enjoy it every single time, because again, actually the concept is interesting from the jump, but how it's executed. And again, horror movies to me always have, and there's a movie in here that we'll talk about that suffers from this, but horror movies always seem to have a really hard time sticking the landing. There are so many good movies that are scary and have interesting concepts that at the end just, I don't know, like aren't satisfying. And I feel like Talk to Me was satisfying from beginning to end with some genuinely terrifying moments throughout. And I love the characters. I love the direction. I love the concept. I really was appalled by certain things, taken aback by certain things. It was a really fun experience. And it might be one of my favorite horror movies that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
It was really good.
I agree.
So I put that up as a classic, as a volume 1 horror classic at the very least, because it was that good. And I really, 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 obviously anything that's on, the V1 horror classic tier, I recommend watching, but I really, really recommend watching Talk to Me. Skinamarink. This is a found footage movie that came out semi-recently, I believe, that you found out about. And I think a lot of people found out about because of TikTok. It kind of blew up. I was never really like a huge found footage guy, but you were.
I love found footage movies. I think I don't know, just it depends on like if it's like I know people they say they're like overdone. It has to be really good. Like I like the record movies.
The VHS.
VHS is good too. REC.
Oh.
I think there's a Spanish one and then they made a American version if I'm not wrong. But it takes place in like a hotel and there's like some sort of breakout. They're kind of like zombies, but not really. They're like infected.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. So good. But Skinamarink, yeah, I had heard, people talking about it. I had heard that it was not traditional. It was different. It did different things, and I was like super excited to watch it. So, we watched it, and yeah, I mean, it is so unnerving, and your like mind plays tricks on you during the movie, and you start like in complete darkness. You can like start seeing things that aren't there, and I do like the idea of having not, a lot of dialogue or at all, or not really knowing what's happening, because that just adds to the horror element of the whole movie. And just little things.
It almost feels like the story is happening in the background.
Yeah.
Which is really, really interesting. And I think this is a tricky movie to really recommend, even though I think we both recommend watching it, because it is so different. Conceptually, I think it's pretty bold too, because what it's taking advantage of is it lingers, right? This movie, I don't think you ever see the actors' faces in this movie.
You don't at all.
It's all just like people's feet.
It's all children's feet, to be
right
more precise, which is like also very terrifying.
And not in a Quentin Tarantino kind of way. In like
Bro,
what?
That man. Bro, don't even get me started on that man. I cannot believe they let him get away with half the shit he's done. I swear to I can't believe it.
He's a man with a foot fetish, dude. And at least
he cast himself as a character
Yeah.
to sit front row in front of Salma Hayek, the one he cast and auditioned for the part in his movie. He then writes himself as a character who slurps her toe, like licks her dogs, and everyone was
Ate
like,
that shit up. They were like, standing ovation, give this man a fucking Oscar.
bro, it's wild.
I do like some of his movies, though. I think they're really good.
I think they're great, but then I remember that, and I go, the depravity.
It's
depravity of this
it's
man.
Wild. Yeah.
He said, I'm going to use my power to the fullest before it's too late, before I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah.
I cannot. Yeah, right. Or the guy from Nickelodeon.
Oh, that guy is.
Okay, he was doing it. Okay,
that's Dan Schneider.
Different.
Dan
Schneider is another. He's another. He's
there's a special place in hell for that man. He is a awful person.
But I just can't believe it. I
Allegedly.
think about that. I think about that. I go, what the hell? What? Who? Everyone involved. Oh, insane. Anyway. Skinamarink.
So, like I was saying,
really good.
it takes advantage of your mind playing tricks on you, like Mehgan was saying. So it lingers. The camera lingers, and it's not the best quality either, purposely, because that makes you see things even more. And it'll just like fixate on a corner of a wall for a long time.
And it is something like there are it could be like, oh, it's up into interpretation of like what is actually going on once you're watching it, and it's crazy because it's just a wild ride. I think it's a wild ride. I would put it at pretty good.
I would put it at pretty good too, even though I'm a little inclined to put it at good. I really do recommend this movie, but I know that it's not a recommendation that I think
I would give to everyone.
I would give to everybody. If you don't like found footage, if you don't like, again,
slow movies,
it's very slow. But the ending is something that genuinely terrified me more than I think a horror movie has in a long time. Like, actually scared me to the point where I had to like look away from the screen at the very end. It is good, but it's just very different. And I think for some people, it might be too different. It might be too out there. But I would say pretty good. I would agree with that.
pretty good for now.
We did get a super chat. Shout out Shine Yi Yent. Can you give Shine Yi Yent a sound for me while I look something up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Let's go.
It's so cool. Instead of a bitch.
And if you want to read it, because I'm pulling up what they mentioned in their super chat.
Yes. Have you seen Luffy's float for the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? Yes. I saw it this morning.
So this is it right here?
Yes, that's it.
All right. So I haven't seen it yet, but
He's
this
gonna be
is
there.
it.
At the Macy's Day Parade.
Luffy's going to be in the Macy's Day Parade. That's huge. I haven't seen this float, but that's insane to me. And I love it. I love it. It's crazy, man. I put this as the pinned comment on our last reaction, and people, by the way, shout out to everybody who, commented on their own experiences, but it's just so crazy. And it's been so odd hearing One Piece be in like the mainstream conversation,
Mm-hmm.
hearing certain people. I put in the pinned comment, like, I never thought I'd hear Whoopi talk about One Piece.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg. There was that clip of her on The View, and there's that other lady on there, dude, trying to take the steam out of Whoopi's Rex, dude. Whoopi was about to go off on like how passionate she was about recommending the show, and this other lady kept making fucking jokes. Is it about pirates? I mean, she was just being goofy. But like Whoopi was like, so there's this show called One Piece, and it's awesome, and it's this, and it's that. I was like, what the hell? What world? What universe are we in? What world have we entered into? It's a beautiful thing. It's just been a really weird thing. But yeah, everybody posting their experience with like their own either family or friends. Like so many people saying like their mom and dad watched it with them, or friends that never would have, or siblings that never would have watched it with them. Like,
yeah. I'll be right back, you guys.
All right, Megan's gonna go do something real quick. Gonna go take care of some business. But let me switch cameras actually while she's out and about. Let me make sure I'm all centered up before I do that. Hello. Hi. How are you? But yeah, dude, shout out to everybody who posted their experience. And Blaze left a comment about Skinamarink. Keep in mind, it's 100% an experimental film that is mostly just still images of the inside of a house with basically no dialogue. Yeah, I mean, that's why it is important to reiterate that in terms of Skinamarink. But I really enjoyed it because I don't know, man. I feel like anytime a film experiments well, that it should be like, I don't know, like more people should talk about it, because that's how I think we're going to get new cool stuff, like new cool movies, new cool things. Because I don't know, I just commend this filmmaker for like taking these risks, because it's something that I don't think any studio would have ever agreed to do. And there are people who hate it, who think it's boring, who think it's silly, who think it's goofy. But it does appeal to another group of people who really makes feel uncomfortable and uneasy, which I think, I mean, is why it's totally not the same thing at all, but it's why I rank Uncut Gems pretty high in my list of like favorite movies, because of, yes, the movie itself, but also like how the movie made me feel the entire time I was watching it. Which is something that is pretty rare, to like actually feel an intense sense of unease. Because in so many other movies, we know it might have a happier ending, or it might, this sort of like these branches of potential endings, might be A, B, or C. But in some movies like this, like I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't even know what currently is happening. And it made me uneasy. It was very scary. But yeah, it is pretty different. It is pretty experimental. I can't say that I recommend it to everybody, but if you're into those kind of things, like I encourage everybody to watch it and check it out if you're into that. Because yeah, dude, I mean, that's how we get more weird shit, which I'm all for. Yeah. Spicy Kimchi said 1094 was straight fire. Enjoy that. I saw earlier. Sorry we didn't get a chance to shout it out. But Megan's going to the hospital, said Tess. But they said that the chapter just dropped. So every Thursday, you know how we do it over here. We talk about the chapter every Thursday. We're talking about it tomorrow. So I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait to see what happens after where we left off. I'm going to keep it a little spoiler free so we don't, ruin it for people here and now who aren't caught up. But I mean, it left off. The last panel it left off on was, I don't know, man, pretty. The implications. I don't know, man. They're just very. I wonder. I'm trying not to give anything away because I know people like Blaze. I don't know where Blaze is at specifically. I know he's catching up. I don't know if you caught up yet, Blaze. But it just looked like things were about to pop off, and it's been that way. It's been that way. I know, but yeah, with the inclusion of a specific person, looking the way that they looked, reacting to sort of like the situation, I'm very excited to see what happens, how everything sort of unfolds. Everything okay? Megan's back. She's back. Tess said you went to the hospital.
Oh yeah, I had to go. Emergency. Shall we?
All right. So we'll get back to. Oops, I have the Discord pulled up. Wrong window. Let me go here. Yeah, here. All right, so we'll kind of go through these pretty quickly.
Okay.
Because Nope is a movie that came out last year. There's a lot of discourse on it. I feel like a lot of people know about Nope. A lot of people know what it's about, and have either decided to watch it or not watch it. I think it was a very, very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, by Jordan Peele. It's a sci-fi movie. And while I won't say that it is better than Get Out, because I don't think that it is, it's different. And it still is very, very good and put an interesting spin on, again, another sort of classic. It also like blended together a lot of like really interesting sort of like genres, told a lot of different stories within this one sort of vehicle. And it did feel like a Twilight Zone episode as well, which I am also a fan of.
Yeah.
I think Nope was a really good movie and had a lot of stuff to say. It is like, I feel for Jordan Peele because Get Out was so good that everybody's going to always compare anything he does to Get Out. And while I still don't think it's like as good as Get Out, in my opinion, it's still pretty up there. It's my second favorite Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah.
For sure. It's better than Us.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
For sure. I would put good.
You put good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And shout out Blaze. Blaze said, I am, let me give Blaze a sound real quick.
Shitty.
I'm in Wano Act 2 right now. Going to catch up soon. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Because someone said that the chapter just dropped and it was fire.
Ooh.
So I would put Nope in good. Absolutely. Okay. This is the one that's going to be a little controversial.
It's not really controversial because I feel like if you watch it, you will understand. And this movie kind of falls into the trap of like, you didn't get it. That's why you don't like it. And I hate that excuse for things because I could just not like something and understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is it that you're trying to tear someone down? Well, you just don't get it. That's why you don't like it. No, I got it.
Yeah.
I got what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And I disliked it. This is so no one, what is it? No one will save you.
No one will save you. It just came out.
It just came out. It's on Hulu, I believe.
It's on Hulu right now. And this is a movie similar to Nope, a sci-fi thriller horror movie about aliens. There's a lot of things in this movie that I think were very bold choices to make that I don't think panned out, that I don't think ultimately worked. I respect the choice, but I just don't think it was the end result. I don't think it worked. There's a lot of people online right now saying that this is one of the greatest horror movies that they've ever seen. And I strongly disagree. I did not enjoy this movie as much as I thought I would, based on like what I had heard a lot of other people say. So yeah, like I said, it's basically a alien invasion movie. It does have its own twist. It does have its own spin. That is actually good. That's actually the good part. But I think what it comes down to, and I don't want to give too much away, but the theme, which is, if you look at things like Nope, which Blaze said, the monkey from Nope was the entire thematic backbone of the film. It wasn't random at all. I agree. Like, the way that these films are able to seamlessly weave in these, weave these themes together, or create a consistent theme, but show it throughout so many different aspects in one movie. I really enjoy that. And that's what I think Infinity Pool does so well too. Yeah, I think that No One Can Save You tried to do that, and it had a message and it had a theme, but it was odd. And it wasn't that deep, number one, which I don't need everything to be deep. I mean, I don't think that some of the other movies on this list are necessarily deep, but it was just odd. The theme was it is about forgiveness, I guess, but I don't know.
It fell apart.
It fell apart.
It fell apart. It fell apart. It fell apart. It fell apart. It fell apart. I understand what it was trying to do, but it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. I completely... I do like the concept. I do like where it was going, but the side story, like you were saying, of the main character did not need to happen. I didn't care. I didn't care that it revolved around the ending. I didn't care. I wish it wasn't involved in the story at all. I would have rather just seen a girl, go through this. I guess people know, right? It's involving aliens.
Yeah.
I would have rather it be a badass movie of like a fight off against aliens, which it kind of became.
Like a Prey, I guess.
Yeah. But that's different.
Yeah.
I'll give it credit because I don't think we've seen this much aliens in a movie before firsthand. Yeah. It was cool.
That's what I think was bold. You know how most movies don't show the monster? This movie, I mean, they are in that bitch. They are throughout the movie, and the camera is on them. It is not just on their feet or on their shadow. It is on them.
Or not moving past pretty quickly.
I give it credit for that. But it does mean that sometimes it looks bad. Because they wanted to, and it really does feel like they were so committed to focusing and showing these aliens, that it meant that, you would think that would mean that the visual effects for the aliens would have to be consistently good. And there are some shots where they are absolutely fantastic, but then there are other shots where it looks like I'm watching a sci-fi TV channel movie. It just does not look good. And I understand the effects artists are pressed for time and this and that, but that's why so many other movies take that into account and choose to film things in a different way to kind of make these things, to strengthen visual effects or to make it easier for them to accomplish certain things. But here it's a lot of really wide shots of these monsters, and sometimes they do look great, but sometimes they look really bad, and goofy. The introduction of the character in the beginning, she seems like she's gonna have a really interesting story, and then it just sort of kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
So I think that for me,
I wouldn't watch it again, and I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't watch it again. And I would say there are things that are good, but I would, not good. Sorry. There are things that were cool, but ultimately I think it fumbled.
Next one, Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, round of applause.
This shit was a banger, and Kobe's in this shit. OPLA live action. Kobe is in this shit.
Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Terrifying. In particular, the keyhole scene was like one of my favorite scenes in a horror movie.
The peephole.
Keyhole peephole.
Keyhole people. Okay. Same difference. You're right.
K-hole.
Oh, what is that?
It's like ketamine.
Oh, damn.
Anyways,
Damn.
Evil Dead Rise. Wow. What an amazing film. I would say it is a horror classic. I mean, it has to be.
It has to be, dude.
It's just so well done. And it makes you just like scream at the TV and just get out of there. Like it's just the impending doom that I think Evil Dead movies can give. This did it perfectly. And I wasn't sure how they were going to do it in an apartment building because I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't really make any sense. Like everyone can hear what's happening clearly. But yeah, it worked and it worked well.
This was so good and such a, like, I think, surprise. Because when I saw they were doing another Evil Dead movie, I was like, oh, brother. Another franchise that they're milking.
I thought
and that's not going to be good.
I didn't mind the last one.
I don't even really think I finished the last. I think I sat down and started to watch it and didn't finish it.
When she's like under the stairs or she's in like the basement or whatever, and you kind of see her eyes.
I vaguely remember.
It was okay. I saw it in theaters a long time ago, probably like 2014, 2015.
But this was just, I mean, like I said, a surprise. Like this one was really good. And from the moment that it opened, dude, the title card, it feels so cinematic for an Evil Dead movie. The practical effects, like Evil Dead is pretty like self-explanatory, right? You know, it's kind of the same thing over and over. But I just feel like it was done well. It was elevated here. They knew how to shoot this movie, and they told an interesting story and a good story, like through this family and with this setting, having it happen in a city, in a building, changing that, like, you know, like Scream kind of did, but Scream, I think does things like that to be meta, and I think Evil Dead chose to do this because it served this kind of story that they were wanting to tell. They didn't just change the location for it to be like this like marketing thing. It was a well thought out and like good like script, and it makes sense. It sort of adds to the horror of what's going on as everybody on the floor of this building and even entire building, which is also kind of crazy, is kind of going through these events. Like, it was really, really good. So cinematic. So fucking sick, dude. I think it's a classic.
Yeah. Taco, thank you for the member comment. Thank you for being a member for 9 months.
Shout out.
Do you have to watch the previous Evil Dead films to understand Evil Dead Rise? Can't wait to see those pet costumes, by the way.
Same. But no, I would say no. You need I don't even know. I say no.
Yeah, you don't.
I guess you might want a base level understanding, which is just that there's a book called the Necronomicon.
But they explain.
I think they do.
They explain the whole thing.
I think they do in the movie.
They explain the whole thing. So I wouldn't say that you would need to see it. I think this is like a restart. Every movie's kind of like a restart for the Evil Dead. It doesn't like pick up like Beautiful Lie says, oh, my earring came off. You guys need to watch the TV show Ash versus Evil Dead. I have seen a couple
I saw almost all of it.
It's really good.
And I liked it a lot.
But yeah, you don't need a full understanding because I feel like all the movies kind of just do the same thing over and over again, where they find the book, read the book.
I mean, definitely the first one was, and the second one were really there's iconic scenes, iconic moments. Those are iconic movies. Even the Army of Darkness. They're very campy and they're
one's funny.
They're funny, but they're good because
ridiculous.
they're campy, right?
Yeah.
But then some of the sequels that came out later, and the show was good. Some of the sequels that came out later didn't like, but this I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah, you really feel the horror here.
Yeah. And again, the cinematography, man, they popped the fuck off, dude. They put their whole fucking pussy into that shit and you could feel it. I was in the theater. I watched it in the theater too, and I was like, oh my God. Like, specifically the title card scene, there's like an elevator scene, a bathtub scene. Like, they all like, I was sort of like in awe of what I was seeing. So well done. And again, Gabe asked the same question. Can you go in without prior knowledge? I would say yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can go in with no prior knowledge. And again, check it out for Kobe too. It's funny seeing Kobe in there. Cobwebs, dude. Can I say that I almost want to move this one up to mid and put Cobwebs at not good? Sorry, this movie was fucking bad.
No, I'll say the ending made it bad. Like, I liked everything leading up to the ending. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was like, I don't know. I would say it's not. I would say it is very divided. Like, I feel like I'm very torn on it because I really did enjoy the mystery of what was happening up until it did happen. You said that like completely like changed that for you, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It was bad though at the end.
What Megan's talking about is because 90% of this movie is good.
Yeah.
I would say even maybe 95. But the ending is so bad.
It's like
that it ruins the whole movie.
It's kind of laughable.
It's a joke, dude.
It's laughable at how insane it becomes. Like, it just takes a turn where you're like, it's so absurd. Even for like a horror movie, like even for someone, like you're watching the whole thing, understanding that there might be a paranormal aspect to it, right? You understand that there's something else going on that is not, cannot be explained, or maybe it can be explained, but there's something there's something happening here. And then it completely is just like, oh, everything that you thought was kind of like mystical, magical is just normal. But then it can't be because it's like there's no way that could be possible. There's no way it could ever make sense.
So a couple things about this movie is the cast is amazing. It's got the girl from Mean Girls and Now You See Me, and she's been in a lot of other things. She plays the mom. Homelander plays the dad.
Yeah.
And they're great, dude. And bro, even the twist.
A Beautiful Lies said, "Spoil it, please."
Even the twist.
We will, because honestly, I wouldn't put you guys through it.
Because even the twist, I
wouldn't want to put you guys through it.
The twist itself is good, but the payoff to the twist is what makes it bad.
It makes it like not make any sense at all.
Okay, so I'll spoil it. If you guys don't mind.
Wait, let's wait. We'll see if that's okay with everyone. Is that okay?
Because it's to me, it's laughable.
Is that fine?
It's laughable. Okay, while we're waiting, I do want to say that because this movie apparently Cobwebs was on, there's a list called the Blacklist, and it is where like screenplays are submitted and posted that everybody kind of universally loves, and it's almost sort of like a waiting list, I guess, for movies. It's just where really well-written screenplays are posted that haven't been turned into movies yet, or haven't been bought yet, or whatever. And this was on the horror blacklist. Like the movie script had been posted, and people loved it, and so it finally got made, which is even crazier to me. But I don't know, with movies like Evil Dead Rise, because again, the thing about Evil Dead Rise was it was planned to be a straight to streaming movie, but when it was screened, it had such a good response that they decided to put it into theaters. That's how good that movie is. They were like, yeah, we'll just put it right onto whatever streaming platforms, direct to digital, whatever. And then enough people saw it, and they were like, oh shit, maybe we actually have a banger on our hands. Let's put this in the theaters. But Cobwebs, not the case. Never heard of this one. It's okay. It's okay. Everyone agree with me. All right. So, okay. I'm just going to say spoiler warning for just this one movie, Cobwebs. Just this one movie. If you don't want to know anything about it, we'll keep it very short. But you have been warned. So here we go. I don't have anything on the screen to put on, so I'll wave or something. The whole premise of the movie is very interesting. It's about a family and a kid. And the family, the mother and father, the girl from Mean Girls and Now You See Me and Homelander, the dad, they seem off. They seem odd. And there's this rumor going around their town, or not even rumor, but this story, this cautionary tale of a girl who went missing on Halloween. And these parents are very overprotective of their son. And the whole time, the movie kind of like slowly leads you to believe that the parents are serial killers because the pumpkin patch in their backyard is like dead. Their house is weird, and you later find that they have like secret compartments in their house. And Homelander, the actor who plays him, absolutely crushes this role. So they're leading you very like directly down the path that they are killers. They are serial killers who had a kid. The twist ends up being that they aren't killers. Oh, another reason you think they're killers is because,
I mean, they're just fucking weird too.
Yeah.
They're just weird people. Like they seem something seems off.
But another thing that seems off is that their little boy, is starting to hear a little girl's voice through the walls. And she's saying that, like,
you can't trust them.
Yes.
They're evil people.
They're evil.
They put me here, yada, yada, yada. And you're thinking it's like a black phone type of situation. You know,
like this
it's
is
like
the ghost of their victim.
something like that. And then it gets to the point where he ends up killing his parents.
Well, because they like she even says like I'm your sister, and she says like they're going to kill me, like you have to save me, you have to help me. So then he kind of like accidentally, I think, kills his parents or purposely, I don't know, but he's like going to save this girl who has told him that she's his sister that's trapped in the walls, that his parents have been like torturing and kept prisoner. The twist is that is their first child, but she was fucked up. She was like, this is I swear to God how the movie explains it. She just looked fucking weird. Am I right?
It's not even weird. She looked like she's a monster. She's a literal monster. It's not that she looks weird. It's not like it's like, oh, like back in the day, like she, had like a mole on her face and they locked her away. Like, no, bitch. Like, she looks like a she's a monster. She's an actual monster. She has big ass teeth. She has big ass bulging eyes. She has, her hair is grown out. She can like walk on fucking the ceiling. She can climb. She can float. Like, she is a textbook monster, right? So it doesn't make sense how they just don't
yeah. So
you can't find it. I'll find it.
Okay.
Just look it up on Google. It'll probably be the first one.
I know, but Twitter's sometimes it's just like a better orientation for me to show. But whatever. I'm trying to look it up on Google so you can see. Oh yeah, here it is. Because the whole movie is filmed so well. The whole movie is filmed so well and acted so well. And bro, the story goes, okay, so they had a baby that was an actual and literal monster. And they were like, okay, fuck it. Maybe if we love her enough and we care for her enough, like we can raise her to be a normal member of society. But on Halloween one night, this monster baby that they had killed a person. So then they locked her in the basement. They locked her in all these secret compartments in the house. And she is now jealous of this other kid because they've almost like tried to start over again, but they didn't want to like rat their daughter out to the cops or whatever. So they've just kept her as a prisoner in these dungeons in their home. And so she's grown resentful and spiteful of this kid, this new kid, because he's got to live this life that she's always wanted. Now, all of this sounds cool. All of this sounds awesome. But like Mehgan was saying, the payoff, let me show you the photo really quickly of the reveal of what she looks like, because they don't show it for a very long time. And when they do, you're thinking like, oh, this shit better be fucking good, right? So this is what the reveal, this is what she actually looks like right here. Which even still isn't that bad, but she can crawl. She's like fucking Spider-Man, dude.
No, she literally is like inhuman.
She's superhuman. And they don't explain why.
They just explain that she just became like this. Which,
yeah, they do explain why.
Which we watched a we watched these movie reviewers, and like I completely agree with what they said about this movie. Where it is, they said it's like kind of like a fairy tale type of like horror movie, and that could be really cool. But because they included so much of the outside world, it just didn't feel like that at all. They included a teacher that this kid had, and she got involved, and then it just felt too real, and having this like supernatural, like they should have, or maybe like had her possessed by a demon or was an actual monster, and they said like she is an actual monster, made a deal with a witch. I mean, there's so many cliches they could have put in this movie to make it better. And there's so many things that they maybe didn't want to do because it's been done before, but those are the best things. Again, like we said, if it's turned on its head, if it's put your own twist on it, could be really good. And they just didn't do that. And it just wasn't explained, and it felt really crazy. And she could talk too.
Yeah, okay. She could
And
talk, she could change her voice. And this face reveal, like she looks like a pretty normal girl with like really long hair, and her face just looks like this. So she was born this way.
She's like, I was born this way.
But because she's been kept in dungeons her whole life, she can scale walls. She can travel at superhuman speeds. And again, the justification for this is that she's been trapped for so long, so she's sort of developed these abilities. She's learned how to do this. Again, like Mehgan said, if they had made some deal with the devil or a pact with a witch, or someone cursed them, or they did witchcraft, or something, I don't know. It just wants you to believe, expects you to believe that this is just something that, like, I guess in this world could just fucking happen.
Yeah, you could just give birth to a monster, like an actual like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a choice.
Like Mehgan was saying about the fairy tale thing, like it does feel like that at times, which is why I guess, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. For me personally, it just was not it. It was not it. It was, and even us explaining it, I think I don't know. I think even hearing myself talk about it, I feel like it sounds cooler than it actually was in the movie. Like, I guess you kind of have to watch the movie to kind of get it.
Nat said, bro, I'm in my room a lot, and I certainly ain't swinging on the ceiling fan.
That was good, dude. That was fucking good.
It just doesn't make any sense. So you're going to say not good, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're putting not good. Moving on to Barbarian.
Came out last year, but a movie we recently rewatched.
Horror classic. Upon rewatch, it was just as scary. It was just as terrifying. It was just as, a combination of like laughable ridiculousness. This is a prime example of like what Cobwebs wanted to be.
Yeah.
But it was done well.
Get some water. I'll be back.
It was so insane that it was like you just believed it, and the execution of like really taking away your expectations, it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it a lot. I went into it not really having a lot of expectations, but they were exceeded. I mean, I really did enjoy it, and it was something that I hadn't really seen before done in a newer horror movie. I really did enjoy it. What did you guys think? Did you guys see it? Blaze says Barbarian was mid. Sorry. Dang. You hear that, Josh?
I heard it.
He's not saying anything.
That's not true.
He didn't say anything about it.
Why? That's not true.
I actually have Barbarian on my watch list. I would watch it.
I did not say nothing. I said something. Mehgan just didn't repeat it.
You just said it. Okay. You just said I heard you.
I said, "Oh, I heard you." Blaze said it was mid. Okay. It also is very unconventional, and it also takes a lot of different routes that all kind of lead back to this one sort of place, this one sort of story. It jumps around a lot. And upon rewatch, I did still really enjoy it, but I wouldn't put it personally for me horror classic. I would put it as good. It also has a couple twists that I think are paid off. And again, like I do think it is fun for where it goes. I guarantee you, if you haven't seen this movie, you will sit down and watch it and think you know where it's going and then not have any clue where it's going, and then wonder why it's cutting around to all of these different like time periods and people and situations. But again, it all brings those things back around. The reveal at the very end, I think might make it what is a little, because there's a lot of questions that even me and Megan, like after we watched it the second time, Megan had a little she had a little bit to drink that night, so she was really passionate about all of the things that didn't.
Jesus.
I'm gonna close the door real quick because they're like doing some work outside. I don't know, can you guys hear that? Maybe not. Anyway, maybe I won't. But you were really passionate about some of the things that don't necessarily like add up and make all that much sense if you really think about the premise of the movie. Which is why I think it's still really good, because I can let those things go, right? I can
Forgive.
I can forgive because they're telling a really interesting story. But yeah. You were passionate, dude.
Yeah.
So you would still put it horror classic.
Yeah.
V1 horror classic.
Yeah.
I put it for me good, but I'll settle and put it in
good?
horror classic.
Oh, okay, we could put it at good. That's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Again, guys, I really do encourage people to watch it if they haven't watched it, for how unique it is. It's truly unique, a very unique movie. But I put it on the same level as like Infinity Pool and all that. Like, I had a really good time watching it. But there's one shot too at the end that's a little goofy, but the rest of the movie is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Renfield.
I would say it was pretty good.
I would say Renfield's pretty good too, dude.
Yeah.
For what it is and what it's really trying to be.
Yeah.
Which is not a movie that you should take super serious.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I mean, I'm a sucker for Nick Cage, anything. So.
How do you think his portrayal of Dracula was?
I mean, I love it. I just love anything he does, really. I'm a sucker. I don't know why. It's like him and Adam Sandler. I literally love everything Adam Sandler puts out. I even love. It's like
you even like Jack and Jill.
It's like
and Hubie Halloween.
If you don't like those things from Adam, then you're just not a real Adam Sandler fan.
I never watched Jack and Jill, and I never watched Hubie Halloween.
You're just not. It's not like he's doing this like forced against his will. That's how I'd be like, okay, well maybe it's just. He's just he's the man.
He's just the Sandman.
He's just the Sandman. He really is. Like, I like him for his serious roles. I like him for his like ridiculously goofy, over the top, stupid roles. Because that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Like, let's just have fun. Like, why are you guys so fucking uptight? Like,
it just looked bad.
You're just uptight.
I'm not uptight. I like goofy shit. I like funny stuff. Like, the Zohan was over the top as fuck, but at the time I thought this is pretty funny. I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. It's like would you say Zohan and The Love Guru are on the same level?
Yeah.
You think they're the same level of good movie?
Of like movie, yeah. I wouldn't even say good movie. I mean, they're just kind of nostalgic. Hubie Halloween looked goofy, and Jack and Jill look goofy. But it doesn't mean I'm not a fan. Like, it doesn't mean that
You are not.
It doesn't mean that I'm hating on him for making those movies.
You're not.
I'm not hating on him for being like, Adam Sandler's fucking lost his mind making these fucking movies. I'm like,
it's always what he's done. Like, I don't understand. People are like, this is new for Adam Sandler. Like, it's just not new for Adam Sandler. Like, I'm sorry.
I say, okay, do you, Sandman? Do you?
There's a new movie that's coming on Netflix. He's an iguana. He's a pet iguana in a school. I'm gonna watch it. I'm going to watch
it. Out, isn't it? No.
All of the Hotel Transylvania movies, very good.
Except for the last one, dude.
Except for the last one, he wasn't in it. And you could tell the shine was lost.
He stepped down.
He stepped down, and you could tell they took a massive fucking hit. Okay, they took a massive hit on that franchise. I love those movies, though. The three, I think there's four. The third, 1, 2, and 3 are really good. The first one is Hotel Transylvania. Whole story, great. Second one
really love those movies.
Is with an addition to a new character, which I love. And the third one, they go on a cruise ship, like a horror cruise ship, and there's a twist that you will not see coming. I love it. I love them. They're so good. Anyways,
but the Sandman, I mean, I appreciate whatever he does. I mean, I don't watch everything he does, but
he's just great. Anyway, same thing as Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. I think he's great. I think he's awesome.
Renfield is good because it's a very funny story, but it also, again, the theme of it is like sort of about breaking out of a codependent sort of relationship. And in this situation, it's a relationship between a vampire and his familiar. But he kind of goes to these like meetings for like other codependent people.
And I liked the twist that they put onto it because I it's probably I'm pretty well versed in vampire lore.
Me
but
too.
This was something that I didn't really expect or I didn't really know was a thing, or maybe we just haven't seen it in like cinema. Maybe it's in like
maybe it's in
the text.
Yeah.
But the fact that like a familiar can get power from their master or whatever, and that allows them to live for a very long time in order to still continue to take care of their vampire. I always was under the impression like once a familiar dies, you just get a new one. Let
Because
the right one in.
Renfield isn't necessarily a vampire, if I'm remembering correctly. Like he just has powers that he gets from Dracula.
Yes, he's the familiar, so
Yeah.
he gets power from. I think that's all. I think that's a vampire's work in general. Maybe it is just Dracula because he's so powerful, but
And bugs. He gets his power from bugs.
yeah, I didn't like that necessarily. That's one thing I
That was
didn't really
kinda cool.
like. I would have just like, okay, if you're like, just use your own blood. Like blood. It needs to be more involved.
Yeah.
There
There was an Aquafina plot line in this movie that I don't think was all that necessary.
was
and
not
did feel like they just
necessary.
included it to pad out the movie a little bit. The run time.
Definitely the Ren time.
The Ren time.
Yeah.
That was good.
But
that's why I think I put it at pretty good too.
yeah, I would put it at pretty good. It's not mid.
It's not mid. It's pretty good. Uma.
I'm not good.
You didn't like it.
We don't have to really even talk like this. It was not scary.
It's a movie about it's this lady who's from Grey's Anatomy, right? That's like her big credit. She's a Korean woman who has like a weird relationship with her mother. Almost it's kind of mysterious at first, but then it sort of like leans to like she was traumatized by her mother.
I mean,
And what
not?
relatable. Relatable.
Um,
And her mother has left like something behind. Is that right?
So the plot is she and her daughter
Uh,
live out in the countryside. They keep bees. They make honey.
Right.
And they are completely removed from any technology because I think that the mom has, I forget what they call it. It's when people are electrosensitive
Right.
and they're like allergic, and it's like I don't know if it's proven to be true. I think it's all maybe psychological, but the body is a crazy thing.
It is.
But she is really convinced that any technology can make her sick.
Mhm.
So her daughter doesn't have a cell phone. I don't even think they have like running electricity. They just have
They don't.
candles and stuff. So she also has a weird relationship with her daughter. She's super protective of her daughter. And I think she's trying to get ahead of like what her and her mother's relationship was. And one day she finds out that her mother has died and wants to be buried, have like a traditional Korean burial. And she doesn't want to do it because of her relationship with her mom. And then that kind of builds on top of each other. I heard this movie was good. I watched it. I just didn't really like it. just wasn't really
I would say
sold.
it was
wasn't
mid.
scary.
I would say it was mid. I don't think it was like not good, but it was
I
mid.
would say it was mid.
Yeah.
I would say it's mid.
I had high hopes for it too.
Yeah.
There are some elements of it that are pretty interesting, but yeah, overall, I can't really recommend it too much. She'll never get to experience the Harvest Moon franchise. Harvest Moon franchise. What is that?
It's a game.
Oh.
Smile.
This holds a very special place in our heart because it was the worst theater experience we've ever had in our entire life and probably ruined the fucking movie for us.
No, I think it ruined all movies.
I think it ruined all movies.
I think
in
it
theaters.
ruined all of my future theater going experiences.
Yes. This was a movie that started it all. We have been scarred. Like so many movies that we've gone to see in theaters ever since this movie has been like awful. Everybody has been just loud and very selfish and just like obnoxious. And this was the movie that fucking started it all. I don't know if this was the one that made us like opened our ears to all of this, but the movie itself, mostly good. The ending, I think, again, it suffers from this need. And let me go on a little quick tangent. Doctor Who. I know it's a campy show. I know it's not for everybody, but there are some episodes of Doctor Who that are able to achieve some really horrifying feats by being creative about not just the monsters, but how they show the monsters. There's an episode of Doctor Who called Midnight where you never get to see the monster. And it's actually a self-contained episode that happens on a subway car. It's one of the most terrifying and well-written pieces of television, in my opinion, that I've seen, because it doesn't show anything. They're in one location the entire time and you never see the monster. But somehow they are able to invoke fear, because this monster is able to kind of like, it's able to sort of like take over someone. And how you know it's taking over someone is because they just start repeating things that everybody else is saying, almost like it's learning. Very chilling, very scary. Smile did this thing at the end where it was almost that, right? It didn't have to explain what it was. It was already kind of scary enough. It was already kind of interesting enough. And even when they do reveal sort of like where this thing, this entity causing all of this kind of comes from, that could have been enough. But then it goes a step farther and feels like it has to show you this thing in some third act climax, like big reveal. And it was kind of goofy. It was kind of goofy, in my opinion. But a lot of it was good. Again, I think it's just hard for us to give a real opinion on this film because of our experience and how it was kind of ruined.
Yeah. At the end, I would say. At the end, it kind of lost me.
See, again, A Beautiful Lie saying the same thing. It's a good movie, but they use the same monster type as Barbarian. If they hadn't shown the monster, it would have made it better. I 100% agree. That is literally, I mean, we must have been saying that at the same time. I agree wholeheartedly. That's what I think made Smile like pretty good. Because yeah, I saw that one doctor. The doctor became scared of humans. That episode, said Gabe. I mean, it's a fantastic episode called Midnight again. Sequel to Smile is already happening. Where would you rank it? Where would you rank?
Mid.
I think that there was a psychological aspect of it that was interesting. But I mean, I guess mid.
I mean, no, if you could say pretty good.
Okay.
I don't want to say not good. Sorry, but
you said Barbarian was a Volume 1 classic for you. So I'll compromise on that. If we compromise it, this was like pretty good.
Okay.
I
mean, sure.
We did get a super chat. Shout out Jonathan R.
Jonathan
go.
R, thank you. 12 months. Let's go.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's been a year, baby. It's been a year. Been a minute since I was at a live, and now I see that Josh Beard Stash is getting glorious. Thank you so much. Glad to see you as well. Twin Tail Mehgan or Hestia. LOL.
Oh my gosh. That name brought me back. Isn't there a new season?
I don't know.
You never saw How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
No. Never did.
That's
Never
very
did.
surprising. I'm
does that
surprised
surprise
you
you?
haven't watched
Really?
it. It actually really does. But yeah.
Shout out Jonathan R, dude. Thank you, dude. I even got a little trimmer coming in the mail today because I wanna start, taking better care of this stash. Okay, we're almost there. Men is a movie I think that came out last year, and I got to tell you guys, I think it's another A24 movie, and it is something that I would recommend, and it is at the end has one of the most fucked up and crazy fucking shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. I've never seen anything like this.
I was shocked I was watching it in a theater. It felt like something
I don't think we saw this in a theater.
No?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think I was watching people see it in a theater and being like,
yes, that's what it
wow,
was.
I can't believe I was sitting in a theater watching the people. That's what it was. I would say, yes, I think you should watch this in the comfort of your own home. And I do say that you should watch it alone. and not with any of your family members.
No family. This is a families off movie.
This is a personal experience. I think you should go on.
Even if I explain to you what happened at the end, which I will not do, but if I sat here right now and told you exactly what happened, you would not believe me. You would not believe that this would be in a movie, that someone would make this. But it thematically, it makes sense for the film. And overall, I think the movie is really good. It's really, really, really good. And I would watch it again. I think that it's called Men. It does play on
how scary that.
How scary? Yeah, no, I mean how scary it can be to be a woman in an unfamiliar place with all of these men around who are like, in this movie especially, like a little off. Just
there's
like,
something happening. There's something going on. Deeper meaning. But it's just that could just be scary.
Yeah, I guess.
Just period.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. It plays on that. It plays on that fear.
It's a really cool sequence.
That fear of, just being followed or being watched, and anything could happen at any moment.
I think this is a movie that could have gone like either way, right? Like it could have felt like it was trying too hard to say something, or really wanted to say something, but they weren't able to say it well. But I feel like it went the opposite way. I feel like this really worked, and they were really successful. And I think it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend it. I would say good exclamation mark. I would say good. That. Yeah. Plus, again, even if you just watch it for the end, the scene at the end is a fever dream. It makes the infinity pool orgy look like Barney, bro. I mean, it is crazy. The Invitation. This is a movie that I think a lot of people don't like. This movie got shit on hard. And it's really simple in its premise. There is a reveal at the end. It's basically about a girl who is invited to meet another part of her family that she has never met before. She has to fly out somewhere to a different country to meet them. They're very rich. They come from money, and they have some odd habits. They do weird things, and it seems like there's something else going on, because obviously there is. I can't really say much about this movie without giving away the end, so I won't. I'll just say that for me, I enjoyed it. You can look up stuff online, The Invitation. People were, I think, really let down by the reveal and the end. I thought it was fun. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I'm a sucker for that type of movie. I had no idea going into it what it was about, but then when I realized what it was about, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I like that. So I'm kind of biased when it comes to that. But...
I mean, Blaze says it was not bad, but not good. And then he said it was also overhyped for sure, which I agree. I will agree with that. And then someone else was saying, Jonathan R. was saying I was really bored by that movie. I think, when me and Megan watched it, we almost said the same thing. Not that we were bored, but that they did, we knew what the reveal was way before it was revealed. So they kept doing this thing where they expected people, I guess, to be shocked or to be really taken aback by what the reveal was going to be. But we were already, and I feel like anybody with common sense could have gotten there.
Yeah.
Before. So it made that's what made the rest of the movie feel like, I guess, it made it quote unquote boring, was because damn, you guys are really still acting like we don't all fucking know what this shit is. And that's what made it feel drawn out. So I agree with that point, and it was overhyped, but I still think that it was good. But I guess, is it mid or is it pretty good, Megan?
I wouldn't put it on the same level as Smile.
You would put it below Smile.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I'm looking at everything else we have up here, and I'll put it at mid. But I did enjoy it for what it was, outside of, yes, you're going to know what the reveal is way before the movie tells you. But I like the actors, and that's what sucks, is that the reveal ultimately wasn't bad. It was just how long it took to fucking get there. But it is ultimately, I think it is mid. I think that now that I'm re-remembering and reliving like my experience watching it, unfortunately, mid is where it's going to land. Jonathan R. said they played it too hard. Yeah. And he also said, this is Blaze actually, the twist on Barbarian felt so obvious to me too. Kev said, I just got back, and what's the wildest take been so far? I think personally the wildest take is that this new movie that everybody's ranting and raving about, No One Will Save You, is not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good at all. We're down to our final three.
Mehgan!
Blaze craziest take is putting Barbarian in classic tier, but not no. I would have put it good, but I compromised for my co-host. Mehgan, a movie named after the Mehgan Perrine.
No.
Yes.
I'm so glad I wasn't a child when this movie came out, because I can only imagine. I'm glad I only got compared to Meg from Family Guy.
That's maybe worse. That's kind of bad. Did that happen a lot? Like a lot?
Not a lot, but it was like that. And Drake and Josh was really big at the time.
Okay.
So it was like, Mehgan, but I remember like senior year, my like business teacher was like, literally would be like doing like the Peter Griffin, like, okay, this fool was like, how could I explain him? What's the guy from The Office?
Which guy?
The main.
Oh, Michael Scott.
Yeah, Michael Scott. He was like Michael Scott.
This teacher?
He was like Michael Scott. And he would say like in Peter Griffin, like, Meg, like, shut up, Meg.
He would do that to you in class?
Yeah, he would think it's really funny.
Oh my God. That's so annoying.
Yeah, he was Michael Scott, I'm telling you. But, it was a whole thing.
I thought this movie was campy. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good, dude. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I thought it was fun and had me on the edge of my seat, and it did what it did, It did what it did,
It did what it did, dude.
And it did it good. That was a little crazy.
That was funny as fuck.
That was a little
funny
crazy.
as fuck.
Shoot me down, but I won't fall. She's literally singing, and the dance was a little much.
I'll put Mehgan at pretty good.
I'll put it at good.
Yeah, it was fun.
I liked it.
It knows what it is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't try to like not be. It doesn't try to be something else. It was good. It was good. I mean, there's some things too, again, that are corny. There's some things that I don't think it is super self-aware about, which is why I would say pretty good. But I'm happy with good. I think Megan's a good time. I think it's a good Halloween movie too, like a good horror movie. Last two, Pearl is the sequel to X. So it's a little confusing, but if you don't know anything about X, one of the characters from X that you meet,
don't.
This is I'll just say this.
That might be.
This is pretty, I think, spoiler free. This is a sequel to X.
Yes.
And Mia Goth is playing a
different character, not the same character that she played in
X.
Well, that's kind of not true, but it kind of is true. It's kind of hard to explain. She plays like different characters within the same universe, but they're different people. They just look similar. It's kind of hard to explain.
I think that's the movie. That's like, I think they're two completely different characters. They're two completely different people. And I think that's just the movie's like workaround and way of having like Mia Goth star in all of these movies. Because I think in the next movie, she's playing the same character she played in X.
Yes, that's why it's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pearl was crazy.
Pearl was better than X. Pearl was so good.
I agree. So in that logic, I would say good.
There's a character that you will meet in X, and like Gabe was saying, it is actually a prequel, and it is a prequel of that character that you will meet their life. And it is way better, way more interesting, It's almost like, and this is maybe bold, but it's almost like the Joker. It's like the story of how this person becomes fucking crazy. And they're like slow descent and spiral into like madness. It's a character study in a way, similar to like how the Joker was with Joaquin Phoenix. It's like that. Which is why I really like it. I like these character studies. I like watching a character slowly lose their mind. I thought this was really good. Good exclamation mark is where I'll put it. You said that. That's what you said as well, right? Okay. I really encourage checking out Pearl. I really do. I really liked it a lot. I think, again, Mia Goth killed it. Absolutely killed it. And there's a scene at when the credits roll that I think is so funny and really good. and really, she gets to flex a little bit. Highly recommend Pearl. And then we have Werewolf by Night, which was just a fun thing that came out last year. It was like a special that Marvel actually put out. There are some Marvel characters in it that make some cameos. Overall, I thought it was really like well filmed. I thought it was interesting, the direction.
It was interesting.
And it's about hunters, all of these like monster hunters who have to get together for this. They're basically all kind of competing to see who the next like main monster hunter will be, because
the new Van Helsing, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
The top of the top.
The top.
The creme de la creme.
Yes. And I thought it was pretty funny, dude, in terms of like Marvel stuff, because, me and Megan have felt a little bit out on all of that for a while now.
No, actually, it's the best thing that Marvel's put out in maybe like 10 years.
10 years. I don't know about 10 years, but it was surprisingly good. So I would say pretty good for Werewolf by Night. And again, the cameos were actually genuinely shocking. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
It was fun. It was fun. It's all filmed in black and white, which is cool. It adds just an extra element to it, and I really enjoyed that.
And it's a throwback to like really old classic like OG horror movies. And so it's actually interesting. It's actually fun. It's actually different. It's actually good. I can't say that I would like recommend rushing to go watch it, but if you
don't have anything to watch, if you're looking for something kind of simple but executes what it's trying to do.
Yeah, you don't want something too heady, too, cerebral.
You like that word today.
I do. I like it every day.
But yeah, I would put it there.
Now we have to revisit this and see if we're happy with everything. Because now that I'm looking, I might want to do some rearranging, some very quick rearranging at the end. Because I'm saying everything that's a Volume 1 horror classic, you should watch. And so I would. Is anything jumping out to you?
I would say Pearl, you should watch. I would say Mehgan, you should watch. I would say Skinamarink, you should watch. And I would say Nope, you should watch.
Nope, you have to watch. The only reason we didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about Nope is just because I feel like it was a movie that a lot of people were aware of. A lot of people knew about. And there was a lot of people talking about it. So I just didn't want to, I guess, repeat things that had already been said before. I feel like a lot of these other movies, might go, not all of them, but some of them might go a little bit more under the radar. Nope is a fantastic movie. And I do think that, I think Get Out is a horror classic, but I did think Nope is really good. I almost want to change this to really good instead of just good.
Oh.
Why did you say it like that?
I was just confused because you said like, you want to do rearranging based off of like you think horror classics should be everyone to watch. So you're not saying that everyone should watch Nope. That's where I'm confused.
I think everybody should watch Get Out, and I think that everybody. I think Nope is really good, but I don't.
You wouldn't say Because it's not really like it's more of like a supernatural.
Yeah, sci-fi for
I'm
sure.
talking like,
I think that's what I'm getting hung up on. That it's not necessarily like horror. It's more sci-fi. It's more Twilight Zone. And if you like that stuff, then it's a must watch. It's a must watch. Must watch.
so what do you want to switch around?
I'm just going to say this. That everything on Horror Classic and Good, I'll move Scream. Because it's just, now that I'm looking at it with all these other movies, like, it was good, but I mean, I'll put it down here with pretty good.
Well, pretty good means better than good.
Like, good, it's like the way I wrote it was like good exclamation mark, like really good. And then pretty good is like, it was pretty good. So I would move Scream down with all of these here. And I like this. Everything on Horror Classic and Good, if you haven't seen, I think we both highly recommend and suggest watching. And I'm pretty, now that I just moved Scream down to pretty good, I'm happy with this. Are you happy with it? You're thinking. I see your mind working. The gears turning. Nico said move Pearl up.
Ramona Villa with the dono that I think is pretty interesting. Losh just listened to Mehgan. Pearl should be watched by everyone.
I mean,
You know what's crazy? You asked my opinion, and I told you, I was like, I think this is. You're like, okay, I'm not going to do any of those
that's
things.
not true. That's not true. Because I said that horror
I was like, I think that, and no, because you're like, that must be watched by everyone. And then I said, okay, so I think Pearl should be like, would you, like, I told you what, and then you didn't give me anything, and then you just talking about Nope, and you didn't move Nope either.
Well, because I'm
or
trying
like
to,
talk about whether or not we should, and then you just move Scream down.
because I'm trying to figure everything out. I'm trying to work it all out. It's a back and forth, Megan. It doesn't.
I went.
You can say, then what about Pearl? What about Pearl?
Should it be watched by everyone?
Do you think
Do you
that
think
it should
it's a
be up
horror
there
classic?
with the rest of them?
But that's what you said. You said in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
a horror classic would recommend to everyone, and you should mandatorily watch it.
Okay.
You don't think Pearl is that?
I do think Pearl is that.
You don't think Nope is that?
It's just that like you said.
You said.
No.
You said you started it with saying that.
No.
That's why I'm so confused.
It's just like you said. Nope. To me, is it? I guess it does have like horror aspects, and it.
But
it's more
would
like
you recommend it? Is it mandatory watch?
Yeah.
Yes or no? I'm basing this off of what you said in the beginning. We can scratch that. If you don't mean that horror classic means mandatory watch, then it changes.
That's why I wanted to like kind of go back and correct what I had said, or change what I had said, and say that like everything in Good and horror classic is a mandatory watch.
Okay.
That's okay. That's what I said, because I do want to still like.
Josh, what are your thoughts on Pearl? Okay. I was confused.
And I'll be completely honest. I will lower the curtain so that you can see everything. And I will say that as we were going through this, realized that I should have like named, because I made this tier list moments before we went live. I knew that this was something that I wanted to do, but like actually having time to make the tiers, I was pressed for time. And so as I was going through it, I was like, oh, instead of saying horror classic, it'd be better to say like V1 horror classic, and then instead of good, say really good. You know what I mean? Like I was realizing as we were doing it, like I could have done a better job of naming the tiers. And I feel like I didn't do a great job.
But it's okay. We're already finished with it.
So I want to go back.
No, stop.
And I want to start over.
It's okay. I would put Barbarian down to good.
Okay.
Okay. So let's put Barbarian down to good.
And move Pearl up.
And what do you think?
Yes.
Do you think it's horrific enough? Do you think it's scary enough? Do you think, like, you said that you took an L by bringing Barbarian up?
I said it was a compromise.
But
I said it was a compromise. So I'll move it to good.
Would you put Mehgan above? Would you put it on the same level as Barbarian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This also looks good to me here.
Okay.
But how do you feel?
I think it's good.
Do you have any qualms with anything? Like, even things I'm pretty good, would you move up to good, or would you move even down to mid? Instead of, like focusing on the top 2 tiers. Tier lists are hard. This is our practice for Friday because it's one of my. It's like so hard for me to do.
I would say that's fine. Blaze with the dono, thank you so much, Blaze.
Let's go.
What movie on this list has major influence from Evangelion, the Bible, Black Cowboy Adventures, and commentary on the film itself? Nope.
That's why he's saying it should be a classic.
Yeah.
And it is like it's a different kind of classic, right? Is it a horror classic?
It was pretty horrific.
It was. And you actually had some like pretty visceral reactions to certain moments of like people being
Don't say.
stuff happening to people.
Yes.
Yeah. Nope is great. It's just like hard for me in my brain to say like in terms of like all these other horror movies, would it be really up there?
Would you put Nope above Pearl though?
As a movie, I would put them on the same.
Okay.
But as a like I would put them
So then you
both
can move it down.
But as like a horror Halloween movie, I would put Pearl above Nope. Like these are movies that I'm saying are horror movies. The tier list is that you should watch if you want to get spooked, if you wanna get into the Halloween spirit, if you want a little fright, if you want a fun October movie. I think Nope is just a good movie, period.
Mm-hmm.
And I would even say it's like up there with Pearl as a good movie, period.
Abita Balai, thank you so much for the dono. What
Shout
is your favorite horror movie of all time? Mine is The Thing. It's a must watch. Also, Gaslighting Josh strikes again.
I love
I
you,
mean,
Beautiful Lie.
it's fine. That's kind of a hard decision. I really do think that in terms of Halloween movies, I mean, it has to go to Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat is the
great.
ultimate Halloween movie. It is. There's nothing that even touches it, I don't think. Because it's the perfect Halloween movie. Like, it just is.
Yeah, Trick or Treat is fantastic.
Trick or Treat's so fucking good. Like, it's so good. And again, I love the mix of real and, supernatural elements that are occurring on Hallows Eve. I love it. Must watch. Also, Over the Garden Wall, not really scary.
Good around this time of year.
Good around this time of year. Amazing. That's a must watch every year. If you haven't watched it, I don't know. You gotta go.
Horror movie of all time.
You gotta go watch it. Not like you gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. My favorite horror movie of all time is Hereditary. Of all time.
Oh, Hereditary as a scary movie.
Best horror movie of all time.
Yeah, Hereditary is really scary.
It's chilling. It is. Ooh. Thinking about certain moments in that movie still every time freak me the fuck out, make me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The scene of the guy lying in bed as he like hears his mom. Oh boy, it's a fucking wild ride, dude. Yeah, that's my favorite of all time. Shaun of the Dead, said Tess. Shaun of the Dead's actually really good.
I love Shaun of the Dead. I used to watch that all the time.
I love those movies. What do they call the actual like trilogy that they made?
There's a trilogy of Shaun of the Dead?
Well, they have like a connected universe.
Oh, it's like Hot Fuzz?
It just has a name. I forget what it's called.
I never knew this.
Yeah. I forget. Someone in the chat. If you know what I'm talking about. Ari Aster did Hereditary, and I believe Ari Aster did Midsommar, and I believe they did Beau is Afraid.
Oh, yeah.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
Vishal. Thank you so much, Vishal.
Shout out.
For that don't know, a must-watch horror movie is highly underrated. Is The Empty Man. It sounds like a cliche B movie, but it is so atmospheric.
I'm going to look it up right now, Vishal.
Ooh, that
And
sounds
Vishal
cool.
also said the Cornetto trilogy. That's what it's called.
Oh, the Cornetto. Halloween Town was so much fun when I was a kid. I love Halloween Town.
Dude, yeah.
I specifically love Halloween Town High so much. I love that movie. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, you
dun,
guys
dun,
should
dun, dun,
recommend
dun, dun.
movies for us to watch because we're looking for some more spooky movies. The Empty Man.
Yeah.
I believe this is it right here, right? I mean, I don't know if there's any spoilers or not. I hope not.
The original Candyman is actually really scary too.
The OG one?
The OG one.
I am going to watch this movie, The Empty Man. Interesting.
Ooh,
I love the poster.
Scary.
Who's in it too? I think this guy looks familiar. Why does he look so fucking familiar? What has he been in? But okay. If you recommend it, I mean, this looks crazy. There's another screenshot here. I don't want to look at too much, but because I don't want to
get spoiled either.
But I will definitely add that to the list.
Is Jeepers Creepers on the list? I've never seen Jeepers Creepers.
You know what, dude? I haven't either.
And
I know
I've never
that's
seen the
crazy.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
I've seen the original one.
And I've never seen a Final Destination movie.
That's crazy, dude. Final
and I've only
Destination,
seen the first Saw movie.
That's crazy too.
And what else? Jeepers Creepers. I've seen Halloween movies.
Like, yeah, I used to be such a fan of the Halloween franchise, of the Nightmare Before Elm Street or Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Scream, like Chucky. Bro, there's a new Chucky show. I don't know if you guys have seen this shit. It's been going on for a long time. I think it's on the Sci-Fi Channel too, or the Sci-Fi Network, whatever. It is goofy to the max, but almost in a way that makes me kind of sort of want to see like where it goes. So there's a trailer for the new season, and they bring, like, I think it's the original actor and voice actor, I think, for Chucky. They bring back the actress who was the bride of Chucky,
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly. She's in the show as well as Jennifer Tilly, I think.
Yeah, it gets really weird
Yeah.
at a certain point
But in the
with
new
that
season,
storyline.
Chucky, like, the trailer shows Chucky like being given to the president's son.
Oh yeah, he's trying to infiltrate office. Like he's trying to become the president.
He's trying to become the president.
Yeah, of the United States. Which actually, it's not as shocking. That doesn't shock me anymore. Nothing really shocks me.
Which
Like that could actually happen.
Yeah,
And he could actually win.
I'm actually like, okay,
Okay, it could probably work.
okay.
Yeah, I used to be so scared of Chucky as a child. That was like my number one fear. Like he was so scary to me. The effects of Chucky though have improved. I will give them that. He looks scary. The way he moves is very impressive. But the show is so goofy. I mean, it's on Sci-Fi. That's point blank. Okay.
I'm just looking.
So there's that.
I just want to see the
Him in the office.
him in the office.
I mean, it's at the end. It's at the end of the trailer. It's at the very end of the trailer.
But I don't know if this is the same trailer. That's why.
Oh no, it's not.
I don't know why it's so hard
We're
to
all
find.
going to die. Oh no! That's not it. That's episode 1. That's the thing of episode 1. It's not. That's episode 1. It's in a trailer.
I don't know, dude. I wanted to find it because
it's just ridiculous. It's just
I
actually.
thought it was this one.
I think it is. You have to go to the end.
I'm fast forwarding. Sorry.
He's like at the end. It's like right around here.
Because there's.
There it
There it
is,
is. There
yeah.
it is.
Oh,
Sorry. All right, I found it. I just don't want to play the trailer again because we've gotten copyright strikes so many freaking times.
no, yeah, just show the screenshot.
Bro, tell me this doesn't look funny as fuck, dude. He's in the Oval Office.
Bro.
Chucky is running.
I think
The
he
government?
found the Oval Office.
Yeah, and
I think he found it. So once that's a thing that they don't tell you. If you find the Oval Office,
you can
you're
just, yeah.
automatically president of the United States. If you
Yeah.
find it and you sit in the chair, they can't do anything. It's over.
Yeah.
I don't know what this
You're
means.
automatically the president.
I don't know if he's like, if the red button's there, you know,
Like the nuke button.
if it's there, that's why they're like, Chucky is going to send off nukes. He's like, I'll survive. You guys won't. Like, I don't know what the stakes are here.
Yeah.
What?
I
How could
love it.
this? How could this?
How
How could this lead to anything of any type of? How could this lead to any consequence for anyone? Chucky being in the Oval Office. That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around because it makes no fucking sense. What is he gonna do? I guess if he was trying to kill the president, maybe that would have repercussions and assassin. But no, he's not. He's sitting in the fucking chair.
Because if anybody
I don't
called,
understand.
and if anybody called and he answered the phone, they'd be like, "You're not the president." He's
Yeah.
like, hello, this is the president.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I love it.
I don't
though.
understand.
I love it. Chucky's in the Oval Office.
Shine Yin, thank you so
Let's
much
go.
for the
Thank you.
dono.
Thank you.
Damn,
One of my
son,
favorite
where'd you
comedy
find
scary
this?
movies of all time is P. Mok Tai movie.
Okay.
I don't know when it came out. When it came out when I was young. Until today, even thinking about it makes me laugh. It was scary and funny at the same time. Okay.
P. Mok Tai. Let me look that up. Megan, you got to pull
It came
that.
out in 2013. I have it right here.
It looks. I can't even tell what it's about from the poster.
From Singapore's favorite Thai director,
Okay.
the legendary love story of his ghost wife. Ooh, his
Oh.
ghost wife. Okay. That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, Chucky's always been ridiculous. I understand. You guys should check out Cabin in the Woods, completely going blind. We have watched Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods is really, really good. That was a crazy movie. That was a crazy
Cabin
ride.
in the Woods is so good.
Yeah.
Someone said The Strangers, so amazing. Okay, I'm literally saving all of these.
The
Hold on.
Strangers is good. You never seen The Strangers?
I don't think so.
You have.
saw it?
You have.
You saw it?
You just don't know the name. You have. You've seen it. You've seen it.
Oh, I did see this movie.
Yeah.
I did see this movie.
This movie terrifies
I
my
liked
dad.
it. I liked it. It was scary as fuck. I guess I just didn't recognize the name, but I have seen this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember that Dennis from It's Always Sunny was in it though. What the fuck? That's crazy.
If you guys like zombie shows, I would highly recommend you find a way to watch a show called Dead Set. It is a zombie show. I think it came out a while ago. I mean, like 2008 or something. It came out a while ago, and it's set in England, and it's on the set of Big Brother. And pretty much like the contestants of obviously like the Big Brother type show don't know what's going on the outside world. Like the first episode, it's like classic, like, takeover, and it's so good. And there's only one season, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a really good show. But if you like zombies.
What's it called again?
Dead Set.
Dead Set. Ramon saying, have you guys seen any Stephen King movie adaptations? The Mist is still to this day one of the most fucked up endings to any movie ever, dude. I cannot believe that.
That used to scare the shit. That movie used to scare the shit out of me.
I mean, that's everybody's greatest fear, though. I think that's why it's so, I don't know, chilling, I guess.
No, because you just can't see anything. And like how it plays with your mind of like, you didn't even see the half of what was out there. Once the mist starts clearing and you're seeing how big these motherfuckers were and how different they were and what the damage that they actually caused, it's so chilling and so terrifying.
But the twist at the end, you remember?
Yes. Don't say.
No, I'm not going to.
It was absolutely horrific. I mean, it was the whole Walking Dead cast is pretty much in it.
yeah.
Like
real.
more than half of it. I mean, I would love to watch The Walking Dead again from like to a certain point.
We watched like a half of Daryl episode 1 because it was free and didn't finish it. Not because it was necessarily bad, but because like, I don't know why actually.
Gavin.
What up, Gavin?
Hi, Gavin. OMG, I love Dead Set. What a throwback. It's so good. It's so good. I heard Zombieland Saga was really good. Don't remember if you guys talked about it.
Zombieland Saga was
Zombieland Saga is so fun. I watched both seasons. I don't know if it's going to get a third season. I hope it does. But I really like the developments. It's cute, scary, and like heartwarming.
Yeah,
and like kind of sad.
Yeah, it's fun. I liked
good.
it. I only watched the first season.
Yeah. D, thank you for the member comment.
So cool.
Shout out D.
13 Ghost Shutter, Insidious, Human Centipede. I never saw Human Centipede. I never watched it. I
seen
never watched it.
3 of them, I think.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you love it.
I don't love it, but
you,
I mean,
you literally love it. You watched 3 of them: Cannibal, Silent Hill, Babadook. I don't like Babadook.
I'm gonna say this, D. I think also Babadook is a little overrated.
It's
a
mid,
little
it's
overrated.
mid.
Although
for me, I like Mama better than I like Babadook.
Mama, I want to see.
You didn't see Mama?
No, I really think
You didn't see
that
Mama?
looks so good.
What's the other one with
Didn't like Adam Devine like have something to do with that movie? Like, because
what's the one with the lady who lets the kids drink in her?
Isn't that Mama?
I thought Mama was a different movie.
Because there's other Mother. That's what Jennifer.
No, Mama is not that. Mama's different.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the other one. So there's another.
Don't make me drink by myself.
Yeah,
That's
there's
what she
that.
said.
I was thinking of that
Don't
movie,
make me drink alone.
which was the one that I think Adam Devine has something to do with. But no,
That
I haven't
one's
seen. I
scary.
haven't seen Mama. I have seen. Have I seen Shudder? I've seen Insidious. I've seen Human Centipede. I've seen Silent Hill. I've seen Scary Movie, of course. I've seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which was fucking terrifying. Absolutely
saw
fucking
that.
terrifying.
It's scary?
Yes, I hate exorcism movies. I don't know why the fuck I watched it.
Oh,
I hate The
I didn't know
Exorcist.
this about you.
Maybe not so much now, but again, like when I was younger, not that I ever was like super Christian necessarily. Like I always had my sort of
I mean,
weird relationship with religion.
We both grew up in the church for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
We were both like in like early high school when we just decided not to continue to go.
Right.
Which is kind of insane. And we have that in common.
Yeah,
of
for
like
real.
having
yeah.
that like from young childhood, like kind of driven into you.
Yeah, because I always had my own weird relationship with religion, but my parents were very Christian and yeah, I think that's why exorcism movies freak me the fuck out. Scare me.
My mom got mad at me for watching The Exorcist. Not because she's like against it. She's just that scared of the movie. Like that's the movie that scarred her. So she thought that I like, she heard that I was like watching it in my room because I was like, I'm just going to watch it. And I watched it on my phone, which probably was not the best way to watch it. But it was good. It was scary. It still holds up for real. The new Exorcist looks good.
It looks okay.
Will you watch it?
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
That's cool. I want to watch it a lot.
Emily Rose, yeah, fucking freaked me out, dude. So scary. What I saw someone else say something. And I think we already said that. We already talked about that. Are there any other Stephen King stuff? Like It, obviously.
Misery.
The Stand, I think.
Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary. Yeah, I've seen a lot of
Mhm.
Stephen King movies. I even read Stephen King's book on like writing. It was actually pretty good.
The Shining.
The Shining is Kubrick. Is that based on Is that a Stephen King book?
Yeah.
It is?
No, it's Kubrick. No, it's not Stephen King.
Well, Kubrick was the director, but is that an original screenplay or is it based on?
I think
it might be.
It's Stephen King.
Yeah,
it's Stephen King.
'Cause,
Sorry.
yeah.
That's like his, yeah. Shining.
Cujo. Cujo's another scary.
I don't think I
movie
saw Cujo.
with a dog.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one.
I do want to watch The Empty Man for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's another movie that kept coming up when I saw this list. That it was called like The Sick or something.
Oh, I think I remember that. I
Or
think I
Sick.
remember that one.
I want to watch
What's
that.
the other one with the village?
Oh,
Shyamalan?
is it called The Village?
It might be.
I think I don't know. Shyamalan, he's definitely got some ups and downs, but Knock at the Cabin I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
liked
liked it too.
I liked it. I think it is called The Village. I could be wrong. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Keep posting your recommendations because, like I said, we're looking for some more scary stuff to watch. But I think that's gonna do it for our tier list.
Obviously, Interview with the Vampire is so good.
Oh, Interview, classic, and the new show I loved. Gerald's Game, Gerald's Game is fucking crazy.
Gerald's Game is intense.
Or that's the one where the girl gets tied up and then this happens at the beginning of the movie. Like she gets tied up and then the person that tied her up was her husband. But then it was like a kinky thing. It wasn't like a kidnapping thing, right?
No. Yeah, it was.
But then he died and so she's stuck.
Okay.
But that's like literally the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I know, but it's a reveal.
If people watch trailers, you have to tell. What am I gonna you have to sell people on the movie? You can't just go, it's crazy.
You can, and then they go, okay, and then they go on their own journey.
No, but I like being sold. I need to be sold. There's so much shit out there. There's so many things to be consumed. I need to know that this stands apart from the rest. You know what I'm saying? I kind of
30 Days of Night is scary to me. I remember when I watched it as a kid, I was like, this is frightening.
Which one is that?
30 Days of Night is when they're in Alaska.
Oh, that one was, yeah, I watched
one's
that one a long time ago, too.
So scary to me.
That was a vampire movie.
Yeah,
right?
and their language is so scary. They're like, like, I can't even do it.
Bro.
Oh, yeah. Record is one of my favorite horror films. Gavin, same.
Yeah,
I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so scary. But yeah, 30 Days of Night scared the shit out of me.
That made me remember one of the most genuinely terrifying movies as a child. I don't even think it holds up now because I was showing you some clips of it. And I was like, I don't know if it holds up at all. But at the time, for whatever reason, there was a movie called The Fourth Kind that was so scary to me. It was about alien abductions. And they talk about all sorts of like alien encounters. There's like contact. There's like sightings. There's whatever. And then there's The Fourth Kind, which is abductions. And it's filmed like a mockumentary, like a fake documentary. But as a kid, as a younger person, when I watched it, it freaked me the fuck out, bro. Because something about it was like, I don't know, because maybe aliens are, I don't know, out there doing crazy shit. I don't know. But I was freaked out. And it's just like white owl that keeps showing up.
And also VHS, the first one is good. The first VHS movie. It's like pretty much they find like a VHS. They like go to I think like an abandoned house, or they sneak into a house, or they break in and they find all these tapes, and then they put one in. And it's like a variety of like different types of stories.
That's crazy.
But there's one with like this girl, and it's like so like in my brain. I showed you it.
What did we watch recently that was kind of bad, but it was that movie about, and there was like a famous actor in it. It was that movie about like a game, and they like, it gives you choices, and it was like it was like an old,
I'll be right back again.
homebrew game or whatever. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna figure this out. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro. Gabe said Mimic, Guillermo del Toro's first American film he worked on about mutant bugs. I'll check that shit out. I'll check out anything Guillermo del Toro. He came out with a show, like a Netflix series last year called Cabinet of Curiosities, which was really good, actually. It was like a horror anthology series about just different spooky stories each episode. And they were mostly good. Mostly. I think there was like maybe one or two that were like okay, but they were mostly good. The Witch is fantastic. Jumanji? ? No, but I see how you got that. Jumanji's also fucking scary, dude. Scary, okay? What's his name? Alan. What's the name of Robin Williams' character? That was fucking scary. You get sucked into that game like that. Let me see what it was called. It was like bad. Like we were scraping the bottom of the barrel for something to watch, and it was bad. It was like a B movie. And it was like an 8-bit horror game that some guy made, and you find out that it basically, they used these characters in the code, these characters, these letters, these symbols from this language that allows these things in the game to cause things to happen in real life. And it's almost like, I can't remember.
You're trying to look it up?
Yeah, movie about scary 8-bit, because it was like an 8-bit game. Let's see if that gives me anything in Google. I doubt it. No.
Would You Rather?
No, Would You Rather was pretty fucked up too, though. Choose or Die.
Choose or Die.
Choose or Die.
Choose or Die.
Oh, and it's the guy from fucking Sex Education and Ender's Game, that actor. Here, let me. Choose or Die. It's not good. It's not good, but you know, we watched it. And there was some like kind of cool stuff in it, but choose or die. I can't believe we were that desperate. I thought you were raising your hand, but it's just the
28 Days Later is so scary. Yeah.
Love 28 Days Later.
Yeah. I'll never forget the ending to that movie.
Oh yeah.
The ending gave me like it gives me chills, and it makes me so scared. Like, after everything that happened, the ending makes like the impending doom and the song.
Yeah.
It's such a good zombie movie.
All right. Well, I mean, we got a lot of recs. Thank you guys so much, genuinely, because I am going to check out at least a couple of these.
Oh yeah, for sure. I need a good list because it's just like it's like a void sometimes when it comes to horror movies, because you hear from people, they're like, it's so good, and then you start it and watch it and you go, what? I just wasted a fucking hour and a half of my life on something I thought was going to be good, waiting for it to be good when it wasn't good at all.
Yeah. And before we go, I do want to read How to Train Your Gavin's comment too. I need to catch up on the stream, but have you guys talked about the oldest horror movies you like? Because sometimes old horror films are hard to get into. So we talked about like some of our favorites, because this tier list that we did was just 2022 and 2023. So we talked about movies that have come out before that. Mine was Hereditary. Megan, what was yours again?
Of all time?
Yeah. Or what was the ones that you said during that point? I mean, you talked about...
What did I say?
You talked about
Trick or Treat.
Trick-or-treating over the garden wall.
Trick-or-treating over the garden wall. For Halloween, I would say specifically. Yeah.
But what do you have, like an old scary movie that is... I think The Bad Seed, I remember seeing that like at someone's house. Like like one of my friends' mom's house. Like they just had it on in the background. It was black and white. It was old. And honestly, some of those Twilight Zone episodes are fucking scary, dude.
Scary.
The
one with the alien toys. Do you remember that one? That one used to scare me. Or the doll one. No, the doll one. The doll one.
Twilight Zone? Bro, you know
it's one of the most iconic episodes. Living Doll is what it's called.
Oh, shit.
And this one was so fucking scary. Ugh. This one is so scary. This episode made me really scared of dolls. But a classic, I would say, obviously The Exorcist is super scary. I would also say, I mean, I said it before, but Candyman, the original Candyman, is so scary.
Yeah. I'm looking up this Twilight Zone. I want to show people. I don't ever think I've ever seen this. And I used to watch a lot of Twilight Zone because my grandpa fucking loved this shit. He loved Andy Griffith and he loved this. Okay. You think you'd still be terrified now?
I mean, just the things that she says, I'm like, oh my God. I would. It's scary.
This is kind of like The Bad Seed. The premise for that movie is basically being a serial killer, being a psychopath, whatever, is like genetic, but it skips a generation or something like that. So it's about this like little girl who was born, like she's like predisposed to being like a serial killer, like a psychopath. So it's about this like little girl, like the girl in this picture, and she's just going around killing people. And it's like an old black and white movie. And she's like throwing people down wells and stuff.
It's kind of like a mission you can do in Fallout 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you say it like that? That's cool.
Because it's like a really good mission. It's like you stumble across this vault, I believe, and they're all in like pods, and they're all like kind of in like a simulation, but like all of their bodies are put into the simulation, so they're like walking around. It like hooks up to your brain.
Interesting.
And I think you can like choose to like kill. Like you put on a mask, and like you start killing the whole neighborhood.
That's crazy. Speaking of that, this is a little off topic, but I wonder if anybody else, have you guys seen the Fallout trailer that was leaked at that like German festival or whatever? And what are your thoughts on it if you have seen it? Because me and Megan watched it. I don't know much about the games. Megan does. And it looked cool to me. The visuals looked great. It even looked like they were kind of jumping around and telling like three kind of maybe different stories throughout. from 3 different characters' perspectives. And I think it's like set in like LA or something like that.
Yeah, which people were kind of like confused about, but I'm like, it is
FNAF
what it
is what
is.
I'm worried about.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm excited though. I'm gonna be like, oh.
Bro, I'm gonna be
sitting
there
in there
at midnight.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
But the more trailers that come out, I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna be good.
Nat, thank you so much for the dono. You should check out American Werewolf in London. Has some crazy practical effects
Love it.
transformation sequence,
I've seen it.
Uncomfortably so from the 80s.
Love it.
I've never seen it. I heard it's really good though.
And what was it? American Werewolf in London. Is that the same? I
I've
get them
only
confused.
seen what's the one? Evolution.
Because there's another
Evolution?
one.
Am I dumb?
Okay, yeah. American Werewolf in London, I have seen. It's a classic. I agree. But there's another movie called American Werewolf in Paris, I think it is.
Ugh.
Is that the right movie I'm thinking of? Or Werewolf in Paris or something? American Werewolf in Paris. It has to be.
Underworld. So stupid. Underworld. Duh.
That I remember being so funny. But I was also really young when I watched it. But I remember it being funny as hell.
Oh, you know what's a classic?
What?
The great movie. Let me find it.
Trolls?
Troll 2.
Yeah.
Troll 2. Troll 2. I would highly recommend watching with your
Don't.
friends on a Halloween. I would. It's hilarious and it's crazy.
Oh, with your friends. I thought you meant. Okay, yeah.
Troll 2 with your friends. Have a little watch party if you haven't watched it before. It is an absolute treat. It is a thing that was made from someone's fever dream,
There's a whole
and
documentary on it too.
it's so fun. I need to watch it again because it's just absolutely ridiculous.
It's the Room of horror movies.
Yeah. But
It
I
is.
would say Neil Bog. Neil Bog. That's Goblin spelled backwards. Oh, so good. So good. At least
Yeah.
I guess. It's
Yeah.
funny.
It's
Shit. It's like set Leprechaun.
yeah, it's like
My
really
uncle
bad.
loves those movies. Like actually
Yeah, he does.
genuinely loves those
He
movies.
does. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I mean, FNAF, I'm excited for it too. I do want to say I am excited for it, but
I'm excited, yeah.
the last trailer that came out, I was like, it made me just a little worried. A
Did
little
anyone
like
see the Haunted Mansion movie?
they are so dumb for putting that movie out, and like
They are so dumb.
they are so dumb for putting that movie out like a month ago and not in October.
They
Like,
didn't
come
even
on,
like
dude.
really. I mean, they kind of did market it, I guess,
It looked good. It had a great cast.
but they
It
just
looked
didn't
Danny DeVito
really.
shit. It looked good. But who knows?
Oh, I was talking about Underworld. Oh, okay, yeah. It was just in my head, and I was like, "What is Underworld?" It's not like a must-watch, but that's just something that I watched as a kid.
Beans, Dizaru, let's fucking go, dude. Sending extra love again. Check out Rubber. It's fun. I've seen Rubber. It's about a tire that follows you. I've seen it. Accursed.
It's like, "Hello, governor."
I don't think it talks, but if it did, it would have that voice.
Do you remember from regular show
Oh, yeah.
the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out Mara Camille.
Mara, hello. How are you? How have you been? Hey y'all. Oh, go ahead.
No,
go
you
ahead.
go ahead. You go ahead.
Hey y'all, sorry for being absent during the lives lately, but thought I'd pop in with a One Piece update in the middle of the post-war arc. About to hit episode 500. One Piece has been the best companion to watch show.
That makes my heart go doki doki.
Oh,
It makes me feel so warm
you have
inside.
not said that in a long time. That threw
Yeah.
me back.
Well, throwback.
Throwback.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, and it's so amazing. You're really going through it.
Yeah, that's fast.
Yeah.
Shout out Mara. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad that you're going through it still and enjoying it still. That again does mean the world to us.
Yeah.
As it was such a crazy, I think, time for us too.
Yeah, and thank you
yeah.
for being a member as well. Look at that gold badge. I mean, come on now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, shout out Mara.
It means a lot. A Beautiful Lie said you guys should play Resident Evil 4 on stream. It's a great horror game. It's on the Switch. Down.
Super down.
Down.
We did talk about that. Like
Down,
we do
down,
want to do
down, down.
one game stream, one on location stream for like Spooktober for Halloween.
They're like, only one,
No, only one.
Megan.
Well, no, I'm just saying because we got other things that we want to do too, but we have it all planned out.
They never finished Doki Doki Literature
Yeah, I
Club.
played it one time.
They're like, hello, baby. I can't even do your Monica voice was so funny.
I just didn't.
Like,
yeah,
hello.
it was just me reading. People just watching me read.
It was fun. I wanted to get through the game because I heard it gets crazy.
I know.
But we should play what's that other one? Danganronpa?
Danganronpa,
Danganronpa?
something like that. Yeah, maybe I'm open to it. But there was another one. Was it Prisoners or whatever? That was also supposed to be good?
Yeah. I want to play a scary game though.
Same for sure. We want to do an on location, outside of the studio, spooky stream. We want to do a scary game stream, and then of course we got our stream and collab with Gavin coming up soon too. Not to mention the JoJo stream on Friday. We're gonna be streaming 3 days in a row. We got this stream today. We got the One Piece chapter tomorrow, and we got the JoJo stream on Friday.
Hey, oh.
So I think that we're going to wrap it up and probably end things here. It's just been good to be back, though. I mean, we miss these community lives. And just know that even though we weren't able to do them for, what has it been, like almost 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
It was just because we had so many other things going on. But we're back, and we're ready to be consistent in these community lives again. And like I said, we have some fun stuff planned this month for Spooktober.
Yes.
So thank you guys, as always, for
Thank
hanging out with
you.
us. Thank you for chilling. Tune in to the One Piece chapter stream tomorrow if you're caught up. And if you're caught up on JoJo, tune into the stream on Friday. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I mean, it feels so good. It feels so good to be back. And it feels so good to be like, the One Piece live action was so incredible and was so fun. And I think because, we wanted to react to every single episode, it was a challenge. And so part of it is like this like weight off of our shoulders, because it didn't take away from our enjoyment of the series at all. But with like hour-long episodes to go through 8 of them, back to back to back to back to back, it was a lot. But we're on the other side of that. Bleach is wrapped up. It was an amazing core. Can't wait for the next. I don't know. It just feels like we're finally entering into that like next phase.
Yes.
And I'm excited for that. But that's it. Thank you guys again. You guys are fucking awesome.
Thank you. Love you guys so much.
Thanks for all the recs.
stopping by.
Super chat, just the kind words,
Yeah.
just being here at all. You guys are fucking amazing.
And we'll see you tomorrow for the One Piece chapter.
Which I heard is fucking crazy.
And as well as on Friday for the JoJo stream.
The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes, which today, Megan, or everybody in the chat, is...
Let's get spooky.
Let's get spooky. Okay.
Spooktober is here.
Okay. Anything else? Spooktober is here is I like that one the most.
Okay.
Unless something else trickles in, then we'll go with that. Thanks for the stream, guys, said Jonathan R. Thank you, Jonathan R. Blaze said JoJo. Well, I mean, dude, I'm sure we'll see you there on Friday. I hope we'll see you there on Friday. It's gonna be like when it was like me, Megan, Blaze, a couple other people. We were just going on about JoJo for like hours in the Discord, like after a watch party one time. And it's just so fun to talk about JoJo. And so, yeah, I mean, I hope you're able to stop by and hang out or watch it later. But I loved talking to all of you guys who were there about JoJo. Yeah, we could have gone to like 3 a.m. I think we almost did. It's pretty late that night. How to Train Your Gavin, who also said earlier, I think earlier in the chat, like it's about time, and we said that too. Like it's finally happening. We've been wanting this to happen for so long, but we finally locked it in. Happy Volume 1-Ween.
1-Ween.
I like it, dude. I like it.
1-Ween. Trick or treat, smell my feet.
Smell my feet. I mean, we did talk a lot about that too. Let's do yours, Megan. I do like it, and I do respect the queen of outros and her choice, her her pitch for this week's outro, which was welcome to Spooktober, or Spooktober's here. Do you remember what it was exactly?
Halloween.
You will like that one. You like Halloween. You like it. All right, we'll do Happy Volume Halloween. It is funny. It's such a funny word. Shout out Gavin. All right. Roger Bass collab by 2025.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
I
make
know.
it happen. We really will. All right, guys. Let me cue everything up, and then we're going to end it. So, here we go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. We love you guys so much. And until next time, happy Volume Halloween! That's my owl in the night.